Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. It is a whole Friday night chit chat, okay? Some pop culture, some gossip news, some foolishness and whatnot. But y'all know, we here because that's what we do. Well, that's what I do. And y'all come with me, okay? So hello to all the JayBirds, all the newbies, to anybody around here who was watching this live, okay? Look, a good time will be had one way or the other, okay? I feel like when nothing is going on, everything at the same time is going on, okay? Because it's not much, but it's still a lot. And I'm like, Lord Jesus. So I hope I got all my notes, all my graphics, all my videos, all my stuff for us to have a clear, concise opinion about things. Okay, things that's on the blogs, on YouTube, on social media. Like, as Funky Dummy even said, I do not make the news. All I do is report it, okay? And that's what we're here today to do, okay? Who team am I? I'm Team JayLeesCorner, and that's it. Okay, that's it. Now, y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, do a couple things for me, okay? What should you do? One, subscribe, okay, to the channel. Like the video, okay? Share the video. Comment in the comment section because it's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on ID, Twitter, and TikTok at the top, okay? And that is it. But I'm here. Hi, how is everyone doing? Okay? Lord Jesus, it's been a long week. Been a long day. But we are here, okay? We are here to, discuss things, okay? To give opinions on things, to rationalize what we feel may not be rational. And honey, let's get into it. Okay, but yeah, it's Friday. Happy Friday. We made it to the weekend. Okay, look, us folk who work, 9 to 5 or there's jobs, during the week, we be real happy when the weekend gets here. Okay, because I'm like, because even yesterday I came home, I was going to go live last night, but I said, girl, you tired. Chill out. And I laid in my bed. I watched Project Runway. I watched Project Runway. I watched Fix My Flip. I ended up watching Sex and this, and just like that, And I just watched stuff that my brain did not have to retain any information. Okay. I dozed off and went to sleep, woke up at about 1:30 in the morning, was scrolling social media before I could fall back asleep. And I'm like, people posting at 4:30 in the morning, girl. So things started percolating at like 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, well, Lord, well, I guess it was meant for me to be around here to be, seeing stuff to report on with y'all today. And that's what it is, okay? But y'all know, let's say hello to those who are here. Hey, y'all. It's been a while. Welcome back, Vernita Salter. Welcome back. It's been a while, okay? And why Brian? Shout out to Family Guy, okay? But hi, hello, good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Okay, to all the people around here. Okay, we are ready for the chats. Look, around here on the corner, y'all know this is the safest corner on YouTube. I keep my space real nice and neat over here. We real friendly over here. We have media conversation over here around here. Okay, but conversations are to be had. But y'all know this is a safe space. Okay, and I don't cut y'all out often. You know what I'm saying? But again, we're gonna get into it. Okay. I'm more together today than I was wherever I wasn't prepared. Okay, I curated and try to put stuff in order. And it's hard when there's so much stuff. It's screenshots, it's videos, it's screen recordings, it's people on live saying stuff, people on Twitter space saying stuff. And you have to catch all this stuff and put it together as a one-woman show. Sometimes I've been looking like, Lord, what am I going to do it? What am I going to do it? Okay, but we here. Okay, hey ma, that's my mama. Hey mama, how you doing? I love you. I'll call you when I'm done. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. But hey to the people. Hey to the Mize, to the JayBirds, and all that. Let me pin this because I didn't tell people because I was busy, to please like and stuff. I didn't do that yet, but thank you for all of the mods, my mama and y'all, okay, who around here doing stuff. Okay, congrats to Mama Loves. Your youngest graduated. Congrats to them at graduation. It's a great thing. Confetti. Okay, confetti. Okay, but hi. Look, all comments, statements, dialogue, and opinions given are commentary only, not necessarily proven as fact, and are for entertainment purposes only. Love, light, and positivity in the midst of the foolishness. That is the motto around here on the corner, okay? That's what we do. The only thing we ever say as a fact is if someone went to court and they was found guilty or innocent, then we can say, well, that's a fact. Okay? But everything I am saying is my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's my opinion. And I look. Because you see stuff on social media, you see stuff in the comment section, okay? And I seen everybody commenting on stuff, and everybody got their own opinion on stuff. Well, no, I haven't seen much. I've seen random people I don't know comments like on Twitter and then comment sections on social media. I have not, sometimes you gotta make stuff clear. I have not watched anyone's opinion. I have not watched anyone's videos. I have not done any of that stuff. I've been at work all day. Okay. And y'all know me. Y'all know my new motto is I don't have time because I'm working too much to even watch other people's content. So all of my opinions are solely mine. Okay. Not yours. Mine. Okay. And I hope y'all can respect that. Okay. Thank y'all. Look, you can tell me. I was like, girl, I got 18,799 sweatshirts, but I'm using in the same two, my two faves, the silent stare one, and then one that says I'm here for sweatpants and messy hair. Those are my two favorite sweatshirts. And when I get home from work, I like to take my work clothes off and throw on my sweatshirt. So even though I have a lot of clothes, I be like, they tired of you in that damn sweatshirt. Grab another one. So I put on Daria. Okay. So let's get into what we came here to get into. So y'all know that Okay. I come up with little fun stuff for us to do in the beginning to give time for people to get here. Because I know sometimes YouTube real funny acting or whatever. It won't let y'all know I'm live. And I'll be live for 20, 30 minutes and hear all y'all come in here late. Late. Okay. Even though y'all know every day I'm around here at 9 p.m. Sometimes y'all late. I be late too. I'm not trying to rag on y'all. I'm not always on time. I'm never on time. I'm always running late. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I like to give stuff for us to do in the beginning to have a bit of fun. And I always like to, change it up to be sure it ain't the same thing. Okay? So today yesterday I said, I want to do some housewife, this or that. Some housewife trivia. Some housewife chat. So I was like, which housewife is this? Which housewife is that? And I really focused on the Atlanta. I think each time I do it, I'll pick a different franchise or whatever. But it's fine. Okay, so look. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hi, good evening. Welcome to the corner. Okay, so let's go. So, which housewife this, which housewife that. Okay, firstly, which housewife was the shadiest? And I also picked pictures of them from earlier seasons because to me the current season of any show, it's like, oh, it's whatever. But I want people's first season faces. I want people's second season faces. I want the beginning for when we knew them and we did not know them, but we knew them. Okay, so which housewife was the shadiest between Nene Lanithia Leaks, and Phaedra, attorney at law? Have we ever seen her win a case? And ain't no shame. I'm saying, like, is Phaedra known for winning cases or just going to court? Which one? But which housewife was the shadiest, Nene or Phaedra? Now I feel like shadiest to me is Nene, because Nene was shady on a consistent basis. Phaedra was shady on an as-needed basis. Like if somebody said something and she was upset about it, her reply would be shady. But she wasn't always shady. You know what I'm saying? She has some legendary shade that she said. We all know the whole thing that she said to Kenya about, you're going to be in a sperm bank and eating a $10 cup of sperm or whatever. So I feel like Phaedra, had these long diatribe, thesis papers, college graduation speeches to people that would be shady. On a regular basis, though, Nene would be shady for no reason. Nene would be funny and say stuff for no reason, okay? Girl, Nene is shady, Phaedra is sketchy. There's a difference. There's a difference, okay? I was watching like clips of old episodes or whatever, and I remember when the whole thing with Phaedra was pregnant, and she kept on lying about her due date, and when she was like, I'm about due, and I'm about 7 months, and they said the baby full grown, like the heart full grown, and I said, girl, ain't no baby full grown at 7 months. The only time a doctor would do somebody is if the baby's in trouble. I say Phaedra around here is making things up for no real reason, if you ask me. So I feel like Phaedra was a bit sketchy. It was just a bit, because I also feel like the fact that she was with Apollo, who was in prison, and when she get pregnant or whatever, and then the whole thing with her and Candy, and it was a mess. Like, it was a mess. So I feel like more. Let's see, more like Phaedra had rehearsed reads. I can agree with that. I can. I fully do. So in my opinion, it was mixed. Some said Phaedra, some said Nene. Either way it go, they both shady as hell. Next up, which housewife was the messiest? And I had to pick photos of them from yesteryear because, even though Kenya is not being messy right now, Kenya has been messy in the past. Brown hair Kenya was messy. Streak hair Kenya was messy. Okay. Marlo has been messy as well, but Marlo was messy behind the scenes because she wasn't a housewife at the time. And even though now she's messy as hell, I feel like Kenya in her messy days was messy. Kenya in her messy days was messy. And I used to be so mad at Kenya. You know, she's from here, she's from Detroit. And I was happy that she was going to be on the show. And then once she got there, I was like, oh, she messy. Marlo was ignorant, not messy. I fully agree. I fully agree. I also feel like Marlo is irrational. It's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Now twirl. Out with the whole I am gone with. It's the fact that she said I'm gone with the Fabulous and then twirled. That was like, is you twirling? Is you a grown woman twirling? Why is she twirling? Y'all see Kenya twirling? So I feel like, again, even though she has 100% changed, grown, but I also feel like this. Kenya probably wasn't really happy back then. You know what I'm saying? I think Kenya now is a bit more happy. She's a bit more stable. That's why she's no longer, the messy person that she was when she first came on the show. Marlo, to me, has never changed. Marlo, to me, has gotten worse. And she is messy and delusional and diabolical and ignorant. Okay, a bit gutter. You know what I'm saying? I would still prefer Kenya over Marlo. Even when Kenya pulled that chair that Kim was sitting in, Kim Fields was sitting in, I said, God damn it, Kenya, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. But if you look at who Kenya was back then, anybody who say, well, you always coming on Marlo. What about Kenya? I said Kenya was messy back then. Once Kenya got with Mark, had Brooklyn, that's when Kenya changed. Becoming a mother softens Kenya. You know what I'm saying? She softened Kenya. Kenya is messy and fun. Even when I didn't quite like her, she was fun and not too nasty. She wasn't. And when she pulled that chair with Kim Fields in it, I think she knew she went too far. And I think when Kenya used to go too far, she would kind of dial it back. I think the messy stuff was when she was making the scenes of Apollo or her, with what like Apollo wants, like mess or whatever. That was a bit messy. So for me, I feel like in her messy days, she was the messiest. She really, really was. Okay. And she's a mom now, that's great. Okay. Did you recognize the neighborhood her mom lived in when she went to knock on her mama's door? No, but I mean, Detroit is a huge city, and one, I don't remember because that was so many seasons ago. But two, seeing someone's front door really can't tell you the neighborhood they're in, because so many houses, like Detroit is huge. Someone could show me the house on my parents' block and I wouldn't recognize it because it's just a house. Now, if you show me like street signs, but Detroit is such a huge city, no one can really identify a neighborhood based on a house unless that's like your block. And you know what I'm saying? So I did not. But I mean, Detroit is huge. It's too huge. Too much here. Okay. And even houses now don't even look the same as they did before. So we shall see. But yeah, Kenya around here, she was the message. Even though we do not rock Marlo. Next up, which potential housewife was the worst? Because again, Yvonne and LaToya both were friends of. Yvonne was a friend of Mimi, and she came in and crashed and was horrible. And Latoya came in. I can't remember if she was I think a friend of Candy. Both of them were potential housewives, but both of them their one season on the show was a train wreck. Okay, I feel like Yvonne issue was she was trying to be relevant for no reason, and then I felt like Latoya did not know what to do. I think she felt like I'll be the messy, free spirited person, and it came off like, "Is you on drugs? Is you okay?" I don't like it. I do feel like Yvonne, in my opinion, was the worst because I had hope that they gave Latoya a second season to see if she would like change a little bit. Because I felt like she was going through things at that point in time. She was too loud. She was a bit aggressive too. And seeing how they were trying to like reel her in, bring her back in and calm her down, it just never worked. And Yvonne, who kept trying to make folk believe that she knew Eva. I'm from what was she from? Yvonne from, I don't know, whatever college. And she just tried too damn hard. Each time we've seen her, she was the first Courtney. Yvonne is just like Courtney. Courtney's just like Yvonne. You came in too hard. That's what it is. That's why I don't like Courtney. Because Courtney act like Yvonne herself, okay? It's just weird, and we don't like it. So in my opinion, the worst person, okay, was Yvonne. And meeting her on the show, not her as a person, but her on the show, it was bad. Bad. Latoya was kind of messy and bad too, but I felt like had she got a second season, it would have been better. Also, she was I think she's young. I don't know how young she is, how old she is, but I felt like she was too young to know how to act in public. She was acting up. Stop acting up, okay? Now, next, thank you, Clark Atlanta. That's what it was. Clark Atlanta. And where is she now? Has anybody seen her? Is she still hanging out with Nene? I don't know. Next up, which housewife was gone too soon? Now, both Claudia Jordan and Shamari DeVoe were one season housewives. I think Claudia said over the time that she had signed up to do one season, she wasn't trying to do multiple seasons, but I still feel like had she got another one, it would not have been bad. I feel like with Shamari, I don't know why she did not come back, but I think Claudia put forth a better effort. Like I remember Claudia being involved. You know what I'm saying? Her fuss when her and Nene back and forth in it, and when she talked about Nene hair being ate up in the back like noodles, I was like, Lord Jesus. I do really wish she could have done another season. Now with Shamari, I think now may be a better time for her to come back, but I don't want to hear about her and Ronnie in couples conference. Ronnie and Shamari has been on so many reality shows about their relationship. I would not want that dynamic on Housewives because I feel like stop playing with y'all marriage. Okay, I feel like Shamari at that point in time, they had just had them twin boys. She was stay-at-home mom, and I think she was looking for some freedom. I think Ronnie like, okay, well, yeah, do the show. I'ma still be around here with BBD and New Edition, and we'll see how things go. And I think she really could have went far and been a housewife had she stayed on the show. Now she went on to do BT's Encore. I feel like they were also was it Marriage Boot Camp? I know for a fact they did 2 seasons of Couples Retreat, but I would want something different. I really, really, really would want something different. But a part of me feel like Ronnie DeVoe liked being the star of the family, and I feel like Shamari would have been a star had she stayed on, but she left. So between these two, the one I think was gone too soon was really Claudia, because she showed up for her one and only season, and then just did not come back. Whereas Shamari was, girl, she was drinking a lot. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't really involved in a lot of mess on the show. And not that she was forgetful, but I felt like she didn't leave a big imprint, and that's why she should have been on a second season. Okay, not she got too drunk. She got drunk too fast. Um, um, I agree. Then let's see, which housewife? Which one is it? Which housewife should have never been on the show? So people probably don't even remember Demetria McKinney, who did one season. She was on the same season that Claudia was on. And then also Kim Fields. Now, Kim Fields always said, she came on to do one season, just to say she did it. But I feel like Kim Fields came on, and when I said she didn't do nothing, she didn't do nothing. Nothing at all. And I felt like she was too good for the show, and I'm just here because I signed on. But I never felt like she actually wanted to participate in anything. And because of that, I think that's why it was so much friction, on the show with her on there. Demetria McKinney, she did a good season. What that was it Roger Bob or Bob Roger, the dude she was dating or whatever, that whole thing and whatnot. I think Kim should have never been on. But I also felt like Demetria did not need a second season because I feel like she didn't fit in the right way. It was weird for me. But Kim Fields is an actress. You know what I'm saying? She's an actress. And I love her because I love her on The Upshaws that's on Netflix. I don't know, they should get a new season coming out too. But I like her in her roles. But on this show, she was such a dud. Like, I'm not good. But she made it clear. If she said what that husband, what they kept on trying to say was gay, I just wonder. I can't remember. But Kim Fields should have never been on this show. Never, ever, ever. And I hope she don't never come back. Kim Fields is the one person I feel like should never go back to reality TV because that ain't her genre. That ain't her thing at all. It ain't what she wants to do. She not supposed to do it at all. Not never. No ma'am. No thank you. Okay. Next up, I think I got two more. Which housewife created the biggest scandal? Now, this to me is too easy. I also did not want to, reuse the same housewife. Now, I know this could have been Portia versus Phaedra. It could have been, but I'm like, I'd already put Phaedra up there for, the shadiest. But I feel like, Marlo in this Candy shooting gates, her just trying to make things a scandal. But I'm like, but Portia. Because Portia had, the scandal between her, Candy, and Phaedra, her allowing Phaedra to use her to, put out that narrative about Candy, which still comes up to this day, okay? She had the Bolo scandal, okay? Did she bang that man on that trip before Cynthia's, wedding? She had her and Simon and Fallon. Even the fact that she was pregnant by Dennis, cheating Dennis. Like, Portia has created so many scandals. Portia was also the first housewife on Housewives. No, it was Sheree. Because Sheree took the wig. Portia was the first notable housewife who actually physically fought another housewife. Because even though we seen, Nene and Kim fuss on that bus, no, I'm not sweet. We seen that. We heard that allegedly, that Nene had choked Kim allegedly. We heard that rumor. We seen Sheree tug at Kim's wig. However, Portia literally physically dragging Kenya on that reunion that one time, and was then on the floor crying and saying, I can't believe that was a whole scandal. And I'm like, Portia has created, even the fact that on her own show, the Portia, the Family People, or whatever that show was called, how she was up there fighting Dennis and them. Portia single-handedly has created the most scandals ever. And I didn't think about it just now as I was saying all the stuff she was involved in. Even her and Cordell, you know how they was people talking about how Cordell was gay and she was a beard. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Portia has been on the show every season, yes, Portia kicked Cynthia in the stomach on the boat. No, Portia was trying to fight Cynthia on the boat, and then Cynthia kicked her in the stomach to get Portia, because Cynthia was in the lounge chair on the boat, and when Portia was kind of on top of her fussing, and Cynthia had to kick Portia in the stomach to get Portia off her, and Carlos had to then bear hug Portia to calm her down on the boat. Honey, how she thought because it sounded where they gotta get on the train. Because somebody they got the tickets. I was like, the tickets? Which way? Between her thinking the Underground Railroad was real, her thinking it was only was it 264 days? I'm like, girl, you don't know it's 365? I'm like, Lord. So Portia, to me, Portia's good TV. However, Portia also gets triggered easily, and she'll get physical. And even the one season where she allegedly fought somebody in the alley, and I remember the show. It was a Halloween. It was a Halloween episode, and you seen Portia and Shamia running down the alley in their costumes because Portia around there fighting. So I feel like while Portia's great, I'm like, Portia also is violent, allegedly. Well, I don't. The fact that we've seen her physically fight across the franchise, you know, I don't have to say that she's allegedly violent because we've seen it. We've seen it. Now, is Portia maybe happier and healthier mentally and spiritually? Was she not fighting because she married that lady husband, not that lady husband's husband? You know what I'm saying? Portia should have got shirts made that said, I'm that lady and not he my husband. However, Portia for sure has created because she bang Bolo? Girl, banging Bolo, banging Dennis the hot dog man. Portia, Lord Jesus. Okay, now lastly, the last housewife question I have, and this is me being shady. I said, which housewife created the biggest brand? Now, while this can be shady because ain't nobody buying She by Sheree, I feel like She by Sheree, the brand name, is huge. It's not making her that much money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't advertised right. You know what I'm saying? However, a lot of people know She by Sheree, even if they can't purchase She by Sheree. And Candy, who has bedroom candy, you know, she has tags, you know, there's her clothing store. I know she has some kind of makeup line or whatever. But She by Sheree was started a long time ago. Okay. And the biggest, Lord Jesus, the biggest letdown brand. You know, I can see it. And, excuse me, the gotcha is She by Sheree by name alone is bigger than Candy's stuff. However, Candy's stuff makes money. There may be some folk who don't know about bedroom candy or who do not know all the stuff that Kandi does, but Kandi as a brand, it's huge. It's all worldwide. So the more successful brands, the more financially independent brand, okay, the biggest of it all, it is Kandi. It is. However, Sheree is so simple-minded. She by Sheree had been a brand for 14 years and she didn't use it right at all. So technically, Sheree has the biggest brand name that she just don't know how to work. She's not making that much money from. Okay, iron them shirts. Okay. And I told you, I don't even think Sheree be posted on the page for the She by Sheree. Okay, the She by Sheen. I ain't seen it. It ain't here. Okay, all of it can be forgotten if she would just know. I'm like, girl, I feel so bad for Sheree. Because it's like, nobody wants to be the person who everyone says it's a failure. And you don't want it to fail. No one wants Sheree to fail. No one. I don't want her to fail. Y'all don't want her to fail. I mean, it just so happens that she be failing. And I'm like, what are we supposed to do? Now, y'all know I didn't went to Lady Page. Because I feel like I'm like, did she even post on She by Sheree? Because I don't think she do. Now, I went to the She by Sheree IG page. Because y'all know I tell all the time, Instagram is free publicity. Okay, it's free promotion. And, she posts a couple things up on SoundCloud. Okay, 3 days ago, okay, she posted some stuff, got them expensive ass hats, them, expensive ass shirts, some tumblers that she will, but she didn't do it. She didn't do it. Because again, we still feel like, girl, look, what you did do is produce the most iconic catchphrase, but has it made you any money? How the shirt still wrinkled? Girl, my point is, she don't even post a whole, is that her grand? So I think it's her grandbaby. A whole grandbaby that was not in your joggers on the show. I'm gonna leave it be. I'm gonna leave it alone. All I'm saying is your tumbler keep stuff cold? Our stainless steel water bottle. That is a tumbler. All I'm saying is a candle. Is it a candle? Oh, it's a mug. Make sure you grab. It's a New Year boo, girl. Again, she has 27 posts for her brand. That's it. That's it. So that's why we're gonna say Kandi wins for the biggest brand. Okay. Now, give me a little second, y'all, because I need y'all to do one little thing for me, and that is like the video, please. Because y'all don't like it is the thing to do. That's what we do around here. Okay, anyway, let's get into my saves. Okay, so I was like, I want to see some clothes and stuff. And I picked like 3 people or whatever because I like the outfit. Okay, first of all, Kiki keep a bag Palmer. Okay, round here doing what? Keeping a bag and looking good while doing it. Okay, now Kiki had her baby boy, Leo. Is it Leotis? Is she not the baby Leotis? Lord, I don't know. But I feel like she out here looking younger every day. Okay, I feel like Keke Palmer around here, like, I'm not gonna let the baby slow me down. I'm gonna be a mama and a mogul all in one. I'm gonna do it all. Okay, I'm gonna be modeling, I'm gonna be acting, I'm gonna be singing or whatever, and also be a mama. Okay, and she told us she loved how that baby got her some hips. Okay, and she round here making it all a photo shoot. Okay, she the big boss. Okay, and I feel like she's happy in life, and that is amazing. Okay, Keke, keep her back palm around here. Like, look, don't tell me I can't do what I want to do. Don't tell me I have to sit at home and just be a mom and I can't. No, I'm gonna do it all. Okay, I'm like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. Okay. Also, I seen Halle Bailey. Okay, and I loved this suit, even though the pants at the feet could be an inch or two shorter. I love it. Okay, I love the color, even though it's the grayest of gray. I love it. Okay, simple jacket, a little pants, little tank top. Okay, it's cute. It's chic and it's cute. If you don't know, all you need is some nice pants, a little a little tank top, and a little blazer. Okay, now I don't know where she was at, somewhere in Paris. Okay, in Paris at a show. But and I also love, her locks. It's all great to me. I appreciate it. And if you don't know, now you know. Because again, fashion, is up to each person's interpretation. And I love the fact that she can be dressed sexy, she can dress down. It's not always about being naked or whatever. Like, she got clothes on. She got clothes on. Okay, I love it. Love it absolutely. Okay, also, we had Rihanna. Rihanna out here good and pregnant. Her ASAP Rocky. Folks were so upset with them when they got together. Why she went? Or whatever. And I feel like they seem so happy together. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters. People, if you happy and it's a healthy relationship, whatever, baby number 2, and you out here just doing your thing, do your thing, okay? Do your thing. And, big belly and all, I really hope she having a girl. I'm hoping it's a healthy baby. Okay? But I just wanted to be a girl because you have a girl and a boy. Okay? Anyway. But she out here, basically naked. But it's still cute. Okay? Now, ASAP Rocky, I don't know what he wearing. ASAP Rocky is always dressed like it could be either winter or summer at the same time. And so I'm dressed for both. Okay? I'm going to have on some shorts and stuff, but I'm also have on a thick old jacket. Okay? And again, they look happy. So that's all that matters. Now, speaking of Rihanna and what she's doing, Rihanna announced that she will be stepping down, okay, as the CEO of Savage Fenty, which is her clothing brand. Okay, they have announced that the new CEO is, what's the name? Hillary Super. Okay, I said, okay, whatever. Now, Rihanna created Savage Fenty. She's been there since 2018 when it started, and she's stepping down. I feel like she is trying to not have so much on her plate. I feel like she has created the brand that was now she will still be on board, I think, as a trustee or something. She still be like involved, but she will not be the CEO anymore. I forget what it's either a trustee or on the board or something. But I think I'm just 2 kids. We have Savage. Well, even the Fenty skin, Fenty face is a lot. Maybe she's like, I'm gonna step away from Fenty fashion, to do other things. So I mean, congrats, I guess, on stepping down, but still, what I'm saying, not Lindsay Lohan. I mean, I guess she do favor Lindsay Lohan. I don't know. Um, Congratulations to Culture. So Cardi B, we'll get to Cardi B later. Cardi B posted some flicks because Culture is going to the first grade. Okay, she had a little graduation. Yeah. Culture, look. Culture's a little cutie patootie. You hear me? And, it's just Cardi's first child. She's graduating. She wants to be a doctor. She looks just like her auntie Hennessy. And her mama too. Okay. But again, happy babies graduating is always a good thing. And Cardi is saying congrats to my baby. Okay, because that's what it is. Okay. And she got the best dancer award at her graduation. Wow, Max, she was dressed so cute. Because when you look, your kids should always, if you the parent and you be dressed real nice, your child should also be dressed real nice. Okay? You should never be like, I'm around here looking fancy and my child look like they ain't got no parents. And that ain't the thing to do. And it also to me means like, I feel like we see Cardi B all on social media and stuff. Look, Bishop Robbery is always in the comments. I'm telling y'all, if you kind of look around a little bit, he's always in the celebrity comments because he likes to make it seem as if he's a part of the club. You hear me? But what I like about this is I think Cardi is trying, in my opinion, trying to put forth an effort to show herself as not just crazy fussing people out. Cardi, I'm also a mama. I'm also a proud mama. And when y'all don't see me, this is what I'm doing. I'm around here with my child, okay, at her graduation for school. And I'm like, that's a good thing because a lot is going on, Cardi. A lot is going on. And we're going to discuss it. I just say this, I forgot. Beyonce. When Beyonce posts photos, I feel like it's our duty to look at them. Because it's Beyonce. And sometimes Beyonce will go months without posting. And, she's on tour now. She's sharing what she's doing. Her first of all, she looked like a young Mama Tina. It's crazy. You hear me? Okay. And I love again, I told y'all Wednesday, I say Beyonce around here I think Beyonce enjoys touring because it's the one time that she can share stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think when she's not touring, she's out just living life being to herself. We don't see that much of her, but I love it when she shares little, pictures or whatever of her and her outfits. Okay. And, her husband. Okay. It's cute. Because they just out here living life. And it's a more expensive life than what I'm living. They have more money than I have. They can travel easier than I can. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that they're also showing how we also this regular husband and wife around here, just living life. And that's it. So, when Beyonce share parts of her world with us, I feel like it's my job to share it with y'all. Okay. Not just feel like a sugar daddy. I love them when Cardi posts her holidays. Yeah, Cardi, I feel like, Cardi show the fact that the kids always seem happy. I'm like, I think she's a great person. I'm saying, great mom and stepmom. Well, y'all know Monique filed for divorce. She ain't said much, but she came out of her not hiding. She posted on social media today. And she said, imagine being in solitude in a whole different country on a meditation retreat, only to be interrupted is all good. Okay. I'll speak with you all when I return, I promise. Until then, I'm going to enjoy this nature therapy and gather all the woosahs I know I'll need. Log on to share this. Once you log it off after your post, peace and blessings. I love you. I feel like I hope that Monique doesn't feel like people are happy to see her and Chris divorced, even though I said no one was surprised. What I meant was we saw it coming. Not that we're happy that it happened, but we saw the cracks, how neither of them was fully happy. And to me, I feel like, once she comes out the other side of the divorce, she'll be okay. So I really hope ain't nobody, throw it. Because I saw people say, oh, Candace is happy and Giselle is happy and Chris Mama's happy and blah, 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 blah. I feel like no one should be happy or rejoicing that their marriage ended, even if you saw the shit coming. And I feel like she don't have to say nothing. Like, I think you filing for divorce says it all. So, once she comes back here from wherever she's at, like, you don't have to say nothing. You file for divorce. Like, I don't think it was about either them cheating. I think they grew apart. They were unhappy for a while, and they finally both got happy, realizing, the marriage was what it was. It played its part, and then that was it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's a bad thing. Sometimes that's just life, where you're like, oh, I gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to E40's wife who are celebrating their 32nd. I'm like, 32 years? I was 9. They have been married. It's our anniversary today. It was yesterday. Today we celebrate 32 years of marriage, 38 years together. I was like, well, damn. First of all, I be forgetting that E40 is like my parents' age. You know what I'm saying? I be forgetting that stuff or whatever. But again, how some marriages end, Chris and Monique ended after 10 years. Some last, 32 years. Congrats. Congratulations, confetti, okay? Now, let's get into some delusions of people, okay? Because we all know that girl who does, stuff for money that includes, body parts, going inside of each other. The girl Mariah Mills. Okay, now her and the basketball player Zion, this girl went and got his name, allegedly, tattooed on her face. Now, we don't know if it was real. We don't know. Either way it go, it's for sure attention seeking. Because on what world do you go get a man's name tattooed on your face after he is showing you he don't want to be with you? So again, I feel like it's a fake tattoo. It ain't a real tattoo. It's an attention seeking post. But either way, the delusions of it is crazy. I wish I would. But fame these days and want to be seen these days and want to grow for the wrong reason these days creates stupidity in people that I don't understand. I said not, and it's the thing is, it's the fact that she went and recorded it, and then the song that's playing, whatever song that says something about, if it was real, tattoo my name or whatever. And I'm like, not the girl. Again, I don't think it's real. But she wants attention. I need folk to understand, if the dude don't want you, ma'am, move on. Because your face gonna say that man's name, and that's it. Other than that, he don't want you. He don't want you. Okay? I saw this the other day, where they were saying how, yes, the petition going around in Nicki Minaj's neighborhood that the neighbors does not want her husband living there based on his status on the registry. And when I seen that, how they want to, have her put out the neighborhood or whatever, because no one wants to live around somebody on the registry, I said, but I was confused because I was like, well, if she already lived, I'm like, can they force her to leave? That's just weird to me. Well, I'm happy I did not report it because turns out it was fake. Okay. Now, per the neighborhood talking, per TMZ. Now, TMZ I guess at first post about it, and then they vetted it a little bit more, and come to find out they're saying allegedly that a Cardi B fan page or whatever on Twitter created the fake story with the angry legs. Because y'all know sometimes all it takes is for one person to say, hey, guess what I heard? And then folks just keep repeating it without looking into it. And then, oh, no, it's true. And it wasn't true. Now, people have crazed. I don't understand why people's fans go to the ends of the earth to do stupid shit. I don't understand it. I don't. I don't feel like Cardi or Nicki are asking their fans to do anything against the person. I think their fans are just a little bit crazy, deranged, and they do dumb things. And they have these stand accounts, and I'm like, you making a fake story about Nicki Minaj's neighborhood not wanting her. I'm like, what? How does that help Cardi? How? And I also feel like, how do you know it's a Cardi fan? It's stupid. Either way go, people are dumb sometimes, and they do dumb things. And to me, this was a dumb thing. Okay, so if y'all heard about the petition to get Nicki Minaj put out the house, they just bought the damn house. They just bought the house for like $16 million. No, sorry. It says she purchased the house for $19.5 million a while back. Okay, and the unofficial petition had 900 signatures. I was like, girl, bye. Stop being dumb. Stop doing dumb stuff. What else am I gonna do? Let's get into the submarine of it all. Look, we know by now that the submersible that was missing, the people that perished, rest in peace to them people. Prayers, sorrows, condolences to the families of those 5 people who were lost. I was on Alex's live last night on IG, and we were talking about this a little bit. And I said, I was like, look, the fact that the Navy, had heard the implosion like the day it happened, and that, some people knew about it, and they were really just trying to wait to get the right folks to the area to confirm it. But I'm like, why would y'all all on the they got 19 hours of air left? They got 2 hours. I'm like, why are y'all making it seem as if y'all gonna find them people when y'all knew the people was already gone? That's part one. I also seen a thing where folks were upset about social media joking about the situation. I feel like people are upset because, not upset, people are cracking jokes not about the dead people, but about the situation. I feel like the reason that this story took a hold of everyone's attention was because it's once people heard about the thing being controlled by a PlayStation remote control, that's what made folks be like, wait, what? I think everyone felt horrible for the folks who were down there, wanted them to be safe, wanted them to come up out of that thing, whatever. But the leading up to going down there is what was stupid. I think that's where the jokes came in. Because it's like, it was a PlayStation remote control. Like, y'all had to be bolted into the damn thing. It was so many parts of it that before getting in it, everyone should have said no, and they did not. And that was what people were cracking jokes on. The situation of, why would y'all even go down there? And the fact that, they came out and said how, some secret Navy sonar, I don't know, Navy stuff that listens to stuff. heard something like an implosion around the time that the thing lost connection or to the upper room. So they kind of knew it. You know what I'm saying? They kind of knew it. They just had to get proof. And when they said, because I have been watching so many news stories, and they kept talking to James Cameron. You know, James Cameron is the one. James Cameron has did the dive down there a whole bunch of times, and he kept saying how I was in the proper thing, and there were all these red flags as to why this should not happen, that the dude who was running the ship ignored, and you fuck around and you became the new Titanic. Okay, he like the same way the Titanic ship captain or whatever was told, hey, there's icebergs, and his ass kept going as if you were not told, hey, there's icebergs. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying how when something implodes, how it's instant, for one, and how when he heard different stuff, he said we knew. He said the community of people who do submersibles, they knew for a fact that the people were gone. They knew for a fact it was a catastrophic situation. They knew. They just did not say anything. And so they're like, seeing the media and people say how it's 40 hours, all the stuff is whatever, even hearing the clanging, they knew it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And when he was like, there are protocols in place that we have to do, and that man did not do any of it. He said it was completely avoidable. So people are not cracking jokes because of lives being lost. People are having conversations which can get funny because it did not make any sense. I kept saying, if it was ways to make it make sense, cool. This shit did not make sense. And I'm like, what you want us to do? I don't know. And I don't want to play the audio because I don't know where it came from. But that's the dude who company it was or whatever, who was like proudly stating in all his little interviews or whatever how, well, yeah, I cut corners, I followed my own rules, I don't care about this, I don't care about that. Like he was saying shit like, yeah, they gotta sign a waiver. Like he was saying things that I'm like, did y'all not see this shit? They ain't seen him doing this. So it was like, you can't want us to be more serious about a situation where the people in the situation didn't care. The only one I feel like had a little bit of sense, because they kept saying the son, who was 19, did not want to go down there. He was like, I don't want to. No. And the daddy just like kind of made him go, like, oh, it'll be fine. We're fine. But I'm like, no. And the crazy part is, we're also making a notion that those people were so rich, they put how much they can afford to pay to go down there over living. Because you paid $250,000 and didn't even ask if it was safe. Like, there were points that it was being said the shit wasn't even inspected. It's just a damn tin can. So I feel like anyone who was upset at rational conversations being had about a dumb situation that people put themselves in that don't make no sense. Because it's not as had I heard, hey, on Sunday, Ricky and them gonna go down to the Titanic. What do you mean, Ricky? What they do? How they gonna get there? And if someone said, oh, look, This is what they're going in. It's controlled by the remote. What? Had anybody told? Had this been made public, like public? Before they went down, that I would have had all the jokes. I would have said, "Y'all gonna die." I would have said that because none of it made any sense. And again, James Cameron, who say he's went down to the Titanic about 30 times. However, in the right submarine or submersible that has to be checked and double checked, it has to pass inspections, it has to be able to do what it's supposed to do. And when you feel the need to pay money because you think I can pay it and I'm going to just go down there, but you don't think to ask your rich self, but is it safe? Because having the most money does not make you safe if you're not taking precautions to make sure what you're going down there in won't kill you. Yeah, the guy who, because I've been trying to watch all of it, I don't want to play any, because I don't get flags. I don't want to play any audios. But they talked to the guy who went down, who said it was crazy. They had talked to someone who went down there and it didn't work out. They talked to different people who were, to me, saying this shit don't make no sense. And when James Cameron said, like, he said the submersible I went down there on was in production for like 3 years, and you keep testing it before you go down there. And this was like a test mission. Why would you take 4 other human beings on a test mission to the Titanic in a Campbell's soup container? And the fact that thank you. Thank you. The fact that it never made it to the bottom. I said the only saving grace about the whole time we thought they could possibly at least be alive. I'm like, it's horrible thinking that they're in the water and they're just waiting to die. That was the part that I thought was crazy, that I felt horrible about. So when I found out that, the implosion, was like instantaneous. So it wasn't as if they were sitting in the water in the ocean for, 3-4 days, just floating, hoping someone finds them. Was to me a blessing. It was a blessing. But I'm like, I hope people know, just because you can afford to do it doesn't make it safe. Just because you can afford to do it does not make it safe. And this, it was an interview he did where when he told them how much he was going to charge. He said, I'm going to charge like whatever amount times how much it costs on the Titanic because of inflation. So I'm like, now y'all not even the new Titanic, because it's all this is dust and debris. And when James Cameron and this other man who both be diving or whatever, they said we knew. They said the minute the Russians got there with the right equipment, they knew exactly where to go, and they went exactly where the people was let down at, and that's how they found the debris, because they knew where to look. They just had to wait to get the right equipment there to do it. And the fact that Rick Ross at? I haven't saved still. Maybe I didn't save it. Oh.
It about the news submarine being lost at sea. Sending the prayers to the family. It's the only question I had. And no, I'm not a seologist. Only question I had was why.
First of all, I'm like a seologist should really be a term used to say something. Because I'm not a theologist either. I don't think that's what they call it. But I'm like, it makes sense. I'm not a theologist either.
I wasn't the submarine tethered, meaning having a cable attached to the rear of it all the way to the top above water. So once you lose communication, you can hit a button and it pull it all the way back to the top. If you lose your phone, you could find your phone. If you lose tracking devices everywhere, how you weren't able to track this? That's the only question.
I'm like, Rick Ross made so much sense because again, if can't nothing, yes, he said a theologist. I'm like, Lord Jesus, you know what I'm saying? But he's right. Like, if the machine that they use, um, it has nothing where there's a motor on it to like bring it back up. It just kind of has to be told from the other boat. The other boat has to signal it to come back up. I'm like, if you know while you're in the tin can, the Campbell soup can, that's what it is. If you know when you're in the Campbell soup can that you cannot, you know, come back up, why would it not be some kind of crane rope wire that if there's an issue, you get brought back up slowly? Because y'all know if you do things too fast, you know, it can implode as well. So, but I'm like, that was simple to slowly bring it up little by little. If it takes 2 hours to descend, it can take 2 hours to be brought back up. So people who like, you know, wow, you know, it was bullshit for all the way around. Okay, but the jokes people had was because, I mean, what you expect? Okay, but the crazy part was, you know, people people who were putting together, you know, Cardi. What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh my God, what is that? What is that? Right, what is that? Okay, people were going the extra mile. Okay. Even this, I'm like, not showing the billionaires gonna see all of the dead folk. I'm like, not all of the dead folk. But people, you know, were just being, you know, like, you know, the internet always wins. Okay, the internet always wins, and we can't act like, you know, we don't. Okay. Anyway, rest in peace to them people. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it for real. If you have enough money to pay someone to take you somewhere that nobody else can go, you just need to be sure that it's safe. You hear me? Drew says she reached her breaking point with her ex Ralph once their murder issues started to happen on camera. I feel like Drew may have thought that we'll get on TV and he'll stop being an asshole. And he's kept being the person he was, okay? So yeah, you know, she said one thing in the petition I understand by, and it was just a culmination of things that should not happen in a marriage. And I think the inability to own it, the inability to apologize, the inability to work through it, to care about my emotional state and wanting to work and heal, that was very challenging. Ralph, to me, just at some point did not want to be married anymore because, you know, on the show it just seemed like, you know, he didn't care. And I do wonder if once they got on camera, he got worse because now you know Ralph of Housewives, and if you worse, then I don't want to be with you. Okay, so some folks feel like Ralph and Drew could be possibly playing with their marriage. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they both went and filed. We Haven't heard much at all from them since then. Like nothing. So could it possibly be they just want to divorce? They're not filming, and like, what else you gonna do? But I feel like Ralph just did not want to be married no more, and I mean, he showed his ass the whole time. Um, Kodak Black faces another arrest. I feel like why he always look. He didn't appear for a drug test. Because he's somewhere doing drugs. The only time somebody does not appear for a court-ordered drug test is if they are somewhere doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. And if the judge said, hey, you can get out of jail, but the condition of your bond is you have to do, the drug test. And he said, okay, Your Honor. And when he don't do it, well, they're going to get back to jail. So go back. Lil Boosie Boo. Lil Boosie Boo was arrested for that gun charge. The judge had gave him a bond, and then the judge them said, nah, and he didn't get out. Well, they had to go back to court. He got another bond, and he said he should be out soon. I feel like people have to stop doing dumb stuff, because when you do dumb stuff, you get dumb prizes. And if you don't know, now you know. Keep your ass off social media and stop letting people film you with guns. So I saw this on Twitter. Okay. Love B. Scott said Kim's ex-husband, estranged husband, Kroy, calls the police over alleged kidnapping of their son. Kim and Kroy are hillbilly mess. Okay. It's y'all think black folk messy. Kim and Kroy, this is messy. Every week it's a new something. It says the toxic divorce between Kim and Kroy exploded recently with several 911 calls to police involving allegations of kidnapping and a stolen handbag. I'm like, why the handbags keep being why? First of all, why y'all both in the same house still? I can't do it. Because y'all keep fussing. It's stupid. It don't make no sense. Okay, so on June 16th, 911 was called 5 times to handle another domestic squabble. The dueling couple exchanged a series of allegations against each other, all apparently in front of their 4 innocent kids, 12, 11, and 9-year-old twins. Kim begged the judge to evict Kroy. I'm like, both of y'all should go. Both of y'all got to get the fuck out. Well, not the kids is what I say. It's crazy. Okay. Now Kroy is also asking the judge kick Kim out. They both want the kids. They both want the money. Okay. And it says Beerman told police during another domestic squabble he does not have the financial resources to live elsewhere. I'm like, it's cheaper to keep it, but it's weird. The first 911 call came from an unknown person, came in at 6:24 p.m., but the person hung up. The second call came at 6:25 p.m. and listed as possible domestic, but the police report does not give any details. Kroy called the third time, accusing Kim of being involved in a bizarre kidnapping scheme. Son was dropped off with a woman named Elise. Who the fuck is Elise? Husband said he was following a kidnapping for his son going to the rodeo. I'm like, what? The rodeo? Somebody else called at 6:28 p.m. saying they don't need the police, but they'll call back. I'm like, the police don't work for y'all like that. Nobody. Why are y'all? Ooh, the ghetto. Somebody should take them kids. Because if Kroy saying is kidnapping, Kim talking about the handbags is missing, y'all calling the police 5-6 times, playing too damn much. You can't afford to move out. You can't afford the house. We seen how they brought up old tweets of the Brielle daughter who said that one time I was walking out to go to dinner and my mom said, get in the car, we're going somewhere. I was like, huh? Where? She said, shh, it's a secret, get in the car. 2 hours later, we end up at a casino in North Carolina. Hour 20, had to stay in the car the whole time. We were there until 3 a.m. So they're saying, one, Kim is a bad parent. Because what parent take their kid to the casino and leave their ass in the car? Someone please. No, stop calling 911. Stop calling 911. Okay? Let me see. What else I got to go over? Because I want to get to the meat and potatoes. But I can't think where I'm at. We did Drew. Cardi and Tasha last. I have Garcelle to do a little bit. Do I have Jocelyn still with? Okay. Jocelyn was on The Breakfast Club. Now, full disclosure, I didn't watch it. And y'all know typically I do not like commenting on stuff if I have not fully watched it. I cannot bring myself to watch Jocelyn do interviews because the clips I saw, she kept saying how she can't really speak on it because, of lawsuits or whatever, because of charges. To me, Jocelyn was saying, y'all don't know what happened, 5 seconds before, whatever. I feel like she skated by. She did not take any accountability for her actions. And it aggravates me that people know she's a fucked up individual and she needs to keep her hands to herself and she goes too far. And people still embrace her as if she's just misunderstood. Even her discussing her and Amber's fight, while I still feel like Amber should not have put her hands on Jocelyn, she can act as if she did not do anything wrong. Now, I'm not here to debate about race versus culture versus your nationality. I don't know nothing about Puerto Rican, Spanish, or I don't know nothing about that. What I feel like is you still cannot identify how somebody else should identify. And I think that's the part that Jonathan keeps missing. You can be whoever you want. You can be a Puerto Rican princess who lives in Canada on a boat. I don't care. But you cannot want to control how somebody else identifies. And then want to say because you feel, that means you don't want to be that. I don't like when people do not hold themselves accountable when some shit went left. And I feel like people still giving Jocelyn a platform just promotes her toxic ways. And that's why I cannot watch the interview. But, she act like she's innocent. I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Yes, you did. Jessica White saying she would never get back with Nick Cannon because he was emotionally abusive. I feel like Jessica White is trying to make people feel like, Nick had us fooled and he was a great guy. No, we knew Nick was fucked up from the moment he had all them kids. I feel like once we saw him having multiple families with women, people felt like Nick ain't shit. So I feel bad that she went through that with him, which I feel like all the other women did too. And a part of me wonders, is Nick only connected to the women who have children. Meaning, Jessica did not birth any of his children. The times she was with child, the child not making a return. So I just wonder if that's one reason why she's one of the women we've seen him with who she can't let go. But it seems as if he out here living life. And I wonder if that's because does he only have like these lifelong connections with people who birth their children? I want her to be able to move ahead and move on without connecting herself to Nick. I feel like not that I want her to not live her truth, but it's like she's saying things as if no one knew it already. And that's what seems like you're still trying to get his attention. I want her to just like, I'm going to be YN, I'm going to heal on my own. I'm going to be on this show and I'm going to leave it. But I just need her to stop with Nick. Like we know Nick is on some big ass. You hear me? Jess Hilarious, who is on The Breakfast Club. Her opinions are crazy to me. I feel like, one, I don't watch The Breakfast Club as often as I used to when Ashley Yee was on there, because a part of me feel like sometimes when you are in a group setting, you can sometimes tend to react, to comment, and to act off of the energy around you. And Jess may be somebody who really feels like she has no connection, empathy, sympathy, understanding for women. Because each time I've heard her comment on some story that had to do with a woman and visit that way, she reports on it like, and I'm not to be funny acting, but like a man. And I feel like she's 31, I believe, when I Googled it. You know, she has her own child. I feel like it always comes off as a male shock jock. And I wonder if it's because of who she's in the room with. I wonder if it's because I feel like when I saw the podcast of her child father and their son, she had a sensitive side there talking to her child, but I don't see that here. When discussing Kimora and Russell, she was like, I feel like, you know, the Kimora and Aoki is trying to like ruin Russell. And I was like, bitch, what? 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 I was confused. And not to say that Kimora is this perfect angel who didn't do anything wrong ever in life. However, Russell Simmons has been accused, and this also something as well. I'm gonna do a little compare. I want y'all to get my mindset real quick. I said with Jonathan Majors, he had one accusation of a physical assault against somebody. I said, but he doesn't have a pattern, and nobody else has came out to accuse him of the same. I said, so for me, Jonathan Majors is someone who has to fight one accusation from one person. It does not seem like that's his nature. With Russell Simmons, he has multiple allegations against him from multiple people over years. I'm like, that's different, because that shows, okay, you have a history of doing things and it's just now coming out. And for Jess to be like, well, I feel like Kimora and Aoki are trying to like ruin, I'm like, no, he ruined his own shit because his past is is coming to to fruition. So that had already kind of angered me when I saw clips, because I only see clips, on IG, and the clip of that made me like, I can't believe somebody is making it seem as if Kimora and the daughter are saying Russell is basically harassing us privately, and we made it public, hoping he'll stop. And she, why? I'm like, okay, so that made me for what? Summer Walker, Lil Meech, and this random chick. Now, Summer Walker is 27. Lil Meech is 23. I don't know how old the little girl is. Now, we've all been dumb for dick. I've said that time and time again. I also feel like the girl who is trying to force people to believe that Meech banged her and cheated on Summer. I'm like, man, even if it's true, the fact of the matter is Summer ain't leaving him. Whatever he done told Summer believes it. And Jess was like, I can't believe she would, DM that girl. And I'm like, first of all, in 2023, some people will, check folk in DMs or whatever. We've known people to ask people, you fuck with my man? So I'm like, that's not that weird. A lot of women go through that shit. And I feel like my purpose in my channel, I no longer feel the need to tear people down when discussing their situations. I feel like it's a soft dance. You know what I'm saying? And can Summer be being stupid for me? Absolutely. However, I would never say, as Jess said, well, she ain't gonna leave him. She gonna stay with him. I hope she keeps getting cheated on because she made me. I'm like, who says that? Who does that? I feel like Summer is a young woman who has anxiety issues. We know she has body issues because of the certain stuff she's had done to her body. But I feel like she's had 3 kids in the past, let's say 4 years. But Summer is not any different than any chick that you know in your own hood who was young, dealing with a fool, and staying with him. But to tear her down as in, I can't believe, I'm like, for what? For what? The fact that this girl who we don't know is the fact that she's trying to make herself relevant by trying to shame Summer for being with Meech, who possibly cheated. But at the end of the day, Summer ain't left him. If Summer has to go through a couple more heartbreaks, cool. But what's the point of coming around here like, we know? And Jess was like, oh yeah, because Meech is stinky. We know, I think someone said that he was musty. I'm like, I don't know. But they felt like Jess was just being extra. Okay. And Summer, like, let me, if I can share Summer made some posts. Let me share them. It was a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even feel like, because it's too much. Let me see if I have it on here. I don't. She wrote a whole bunch of shit. Okay, it was a long. I'm gonna share one thing so y'all can see it. How can I get this to be shared though? Let me do it this way, because y'all know sometimes I don't be paying attention to what I'm doing. Here we go. She made this long, all this shit on IG. I'm not reading all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But she said, I'll read some up. It's amazing how every day I wake up happy, having a great time with my kids, enjoying my money, enjoying my man, and we make the blog every day for nothing. It's giving obsession, okay? But again, when she said every day I wake up with my kids and my man, at that point ain't nothing else to say. Ain't nothing else to say. And I agree. I agree with they was probably joking. You know, I agree. But sometimes I feel like you have to be careful in how you joke. You know what I'm saying? Um, but if her point is I ain't leaving, I'm gonna be with that man. That's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. I ain't going nowhere. And she made a whole bunch of posts. I just don't feel like pulling all that shit up. Um, but her point was, why you fucking with us? You know what I'm saying? We seen that her and Meech had like responded as well to her. Where is it? Oh, that isn't it. Is it this one? Which one is it? Damn it. Oh, this right here. Lil Meech said, how I stink, but this unstable creature in my DM trying to get chose. I see why you mad now. Some of them said that's so sad, thirsty, whatever. But I feel like the DM he showed did not prove that she was trying to get with him. But it did prove that she like cheat. You know what I'm saying? Was saying I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You're doing good, whatever, in Baltimore. Now, when she was doing an interview, someone said, well, if you wasn't trying to get with him, what you doing? And she was like, well, I was having a party. I was DMing a whole bunch of celebrities. I was going to pay people to do a walkthrough for an event I was having. So I was trying to reach out to him to ask him to come to be paid to do a walkthrough. She was like, me saying, hey, what's up? You know, is you in Baltimore? Was because she was trying to pay him to do something. Whatever. I feel like Jess keep catching these hits because she thinks she's funny without and it's gonna be funny. I feel like Jess doing the most. I feel like Summer and Meech doing the most. The main person doing the most is the girl who keep trying to prove that Meech was like with her. I'm like, girl, don't nobody care. She the same as the Mariah girl who getting a face tattoo. Once you see the dude has moved on and he ain't thinking about you, why are you trying to prove your point to the public of opinions? For what? Because at the end of the day, that don't mean he gonna be with you. You look more desperate when you're trying to force someone to acknowledge you when you see they ain't shit. Because if he cheating on Summer with you and you know he was Summer, you ain't shit either. It's confusing. It's delusional. Okay. I need people to get, if you round here being delusional and thinking forcing people to acknowledge your presence will fix some shit, just stop. It won't. You hear me? I want to move on to wrong one. These people. Okay. So Carlos King was on his little podcast thing on YouTube, whatever, and he was speaking about fake friendships. And he called out Garcelle and Sutton from the Housewives of Beverly Hills. And Sutton and Garcelle was like, say what now? He said, what? About me? And Garcelle and Sutton both responded. Now, I love the friendship that Garcelle and Sutton has. I do feel like they're cool. However, I do not think it's fake. And Garcelle, again, first was like, I think she should say, bitch, what? But when someone asked her, hey, we need a response from you about what Carlos said, she said, this couldn't be more wrong, but I don't have to prove anything. Which to me means Carlos don't mean enough for me to prove him wrong. I don't get no fuck. Okay. Sutton then said, if they don't know by now, check in my head, can't make this friendship up. Best thing to happen to me in a decade. I feel like we have to start appreciating people who find new friendships later in life when it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And to make it seem as if well, they can't be friends because they met on a TV show. I'm like, everybody met. The people you meet the most is either at work or at school. Your lifelong friends are usually met either at work or at school, be it elementary school, middle school, high school, college. That's where you meet the most people. So I don't understand where Carlos feel like they should have met that can make their friendship legit. It don't make no damn sense. I also feel like, Carlos, we just don't like you no more. You on our nerves, you know, all day. All day. Mm-hmm. Anyway, wait, what's next? I don't remember. Oh, I do. The end. Okay. Look. I don't know the point of consistently beefing with people while in the midst of turmoil. I don't understand um starting shit and then feeling like, well, I'm going to just lash out. And I feel like for some reason, it could be this. Tasha K wholeheartedly, in my opinion, started this beef. And I mean like recently and back when it just started on YouTube. I feel like Tasha was doing her Tasha thing. You know what I'm saying? And when she interviewed that supposed friend of Cardi, and that person said stuff about Cardi, I think Tasha did her Tasha thing. This is all my opinion. You hear me? Well, first, I need y'all to like the damn video. Like the dang video. Because liking is the thing to do. Tasha was doing her Tasha thing back then as a YouTuber, growing her brand back then as a YouTuber. And y'all know each YouTuber has their own way of doing things. For me, like, YouTube is ruined for me because I can no longer watch other YouTubers unless I feel like they have done a deep dive, or at least they done it, they due diligence to bring a story. I hate watching people who are assuming things. They don't really know this or that. And I don't like that. I really like being informed. So, like, y'all know, my style is I'm gonna give y'all all the information for y'all to have an informed opinion. Some YouTubers, they'll read directly from a news story. You know what I'm saying? They don't really give you their opinion. They'll just read exactly what the news story said, and that's it. It's boring to me. Some people make up shit, or some people feel like being a shock jock is the best way to do it. Tasha K back then interviewing people, because y'all know she interviewed the girl who was talking about Cardi, she interviewed the person who said that Kelvin, Wendy Williams' ex-husband, was doing. She's interviewed people who will come on her platform and say shit, and that's what they do. And I've grown as a YouTuber even within the last year, because I'm like, I don't want to bring anyone on my channel that can then have millions of shit to where I'm held liable. I don't want to, like, that's why I don't allow, y'all to come up, because I'm like, I don't know what y'all gonna say. You know what I'm saying? But I love y'all. So I watched Tasha K back then. I watched the multiple videos that she did where she did speak on Cardi, where she was saying things about Cardi back then, and which was the reason Cardi took her to court. So in current day time, the whole thing that happened, yesterday, where Cardi was commenting on, the submarine people stuff or whatever. Cardi wasn't talking to Tasha. I feel like if me and you are at odds and I sued you and I won, or if we're at odds, you sued me and I lost, I don't have shit else to say to you, because I would have learned my lesson and what not to do. If I owe the IRS, I'm not gonna call and fuss with them. I'm not gonna say shit. I'm gonna pay them their money, and next time I know. Now, when Tasha posted in response to Cardi's comment, again, Cardi, in my opinion, Cardi wasn't talking to Tasha. Now, I don't know if Tasha's at her house, and because she wants to do bankruptcy shit, she owed a $4 million. Stress, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know she brought up her she had a death in her life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she was going through shit too, and she thought, I'm a little bit petty and say something. And in my opinion, I'm like, okay, cool. However, why go at Cardi and include Takeoff? I feel like that's what set Cardi off. Tasha K bringing up Takeoff. You know what I'm saying? So that all happened. We went through all that yesterday. So Cardi went live on Twitter Spaces. I'm gonna play y'all what Cardi said. We're gonna get into Tasha then went live today. She said some stuff. We're gonna get into that. Because and this is my thing. My opinion is still this. Because I saw the videos Tasha made before, which is the reason Cardi sued her. Because I saw that, my opinion ain't gonna change. Tasha was going hard at Cardi B on her talking shit. Tasha has changed how she does things on her channel now because she learned a lesson. She grew as a content creator, as a media personality. Tasha also has said publicly she knows she's content. She knows she's content. She also knows how to poke people to make herself be more content, to make more people watch. So some people will always be like, well, Tasha's right. I'm not that person, because I feel like Tasha K can still be Tasha K even if she never say shit about Cardi. It's so many other stories. If a bitch sue me, I ain't saying shit else to you. Bitch, fuck you forever. And in my opinion, Cardi wouldn't have said shit to Tasha had Tasha not spoke on Takeoff. I think that's the part people missing. Cardi did not respond to Tasha just because she wanted to. She responded because her issue was, why the fuck would you bring up Takeoff? I think people forget. People take death differently. That man was shot and killed in front of his nephew, in front of his uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Takeoff shit affected people. Like, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? People was emotional behind that. So I feel like if Tasha wants to go at Cardi, cool. But it's how you do things that trigger folk, and then we have this. But this is what's now Cardi wasn't on screen, so I put up my little banner.
Court, bitch, you're embezzling. Embezzle. Yeah, bitch, you're embezzling, bitch. You're gonna go to jail. Cause what was that judge name? The judge from the motherfucking court, from the lawsuit. I forgot his name. His name started with the W. He said, if you hide any money, you're gonna get in trouble by the court. Bitch, you're going to jail. You're going to jail.
First of all, Cardi is crazy. Why I keep saying that. A lot of folks keep saying that Tasha's hiding money. I feel like when you go through a bankruptcy, they do deep dives into everything. So I don't know. Now, unless she just don't know, they're gonna find. I don't know, but I feel like it would be dumb for Tasha to hide money. I also feel like people have this idea that on YouTube you make millions of dollars, and that's not true all the time. Like, do some people make millions out of it? Yes, some do. I feel like I don't think Tasha K was in the $1 million stages yet. I think she was making a nice amount of money, though. Nice money. But I don't think she was making the millions that people thought she may have been making or whatever. But even to move $100K, I don't know. I would just say that anybody who is going through a bankruptcy should know you should not try and have money. So I'm hoping she would not do that anyway.
You're going to jail. Yeah, you're going to jail. And them motherfuckers want to talk about. Them motherfuckers talking about that I was talking about her kids. No, bitch. I wasn't talking about nobody motherfucking kids. Y'all love to twist a bitch fucking words. No, but y'all do that shit to be for your own convenience, though. I wasn't talking about her kids. I was saying, yo, you're not even going to be able to put your kids through college. You're not going to be able to put your kids through college fucking around. Look at the shit that you have fucking, like, you have caused yourself with your motherfucking mouth.
So Cardi put up in her response saying, I'm gonna make sure your kids can go to college. I mean, in hindsight, hindsight's 2020. I do feel like this. If college costs a lot of money. And if your parent is, wrapped up in a financial bankruptcy, they owe for a meal, that can make it hard if you have to pay for college. I never felt like Cardi was talking directly about Tasha's kids. I felt like she meant, you owe me money. And because you owe me money and you will be forever paying me, you won't have money for them to go to college. That's the same as if somebody gets into a car accident. If you driving drunk and you hit somebody's car and now they sue you, you owe them, $500,000, and you can't afford stuff because you have to pay this lawsuit. So I get what Cardi meant. I do. Her point was, I'm not saying shit about her children, but they mama is going to be the reason that they mama can't afford to send them to college. That's what she meant. Because again, if you owe $4 million, I mean that's a lot of money, y'all. I ain't got $4 million. Okay, so that's a hardship. That's a hardship for anybody. It is.
You had to move out your house. And by the way, I'm about to take your house, bitch. Since you want to fucking mention that, take off. Now I'm about to take your fucking house. And I don't even do this shit, but I'm high off the motherfucking anesthesia.
Not high off the anesthesia. Not off the anesthesia.
I was under anesthesia for 6 hours, so I got a lot of motherfucking shit to say. Everybody want to flip it. Oh, Cardi don't like talking when people talk about her kids. I was talking about her fucking kids. I said, bitch, keep playing around. You ain't gonna be able to push your kids through college. You ain't gonna be able to do shit.
If you owe $4 million, it's gonna be hard to do stuff.
I'm going easy on you. I'm going easy on you. On my mom, I'm going easy on you. I know where you hide your money. You don't think I know how much money that law firm pay you so you can advertise their shit? I know everything, bitch. And I be going easy on you. You wanna know why? Because I don't need that $4 million. But you know who need that $4 million? People that are homeless, mothers with addictions that's trying me. And you talking about long live. I don't give a fuck. You don't give a you out here trying to comment shit, trying to be funny. Oh, people grieve. Shut the fuck. You fuck bitch. Right, now I'm gonna read it. Wasn't she posting guns right after Takeoff died? Right after Takeoff died.
No, what?
This bitch said, Brown, look, this bitch said, wasn't she posting guns right after Takeoff died? Bitch, I just shot the fucking Lotto video 3 weeks ago. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, man?
And on the internet, cutting up not long ago after his sudden takeoff. I'm just asking. Everyone grieves different. First of all, bitch, the son billionaire is not even grieving. He's not even dead.
He's not dead.
The billionaire is missing. So you got your fucking words wrong, bitch.
Because that's where it came from. Okay? That's where it came from. It was about the fact that Cardi was commenting like everybody else on the dude. Okay? So it's it's a lot. Cardi did say that she was going to donate the money from the lawsuit. But she had said that I think before she had won. Either before she won or right after she won, I think she was going to donate it to charity. But that was what Cardi said. Now, at well, Tasha Gay had posted this. She had it was her apology. It was her apology to, again, look, everybody back to back. So her official apology said, I want to send a sincere apology out to Party Game. It's my fault as to why y'all don't have a second album. She's been in court with me for 6 years, distracted from her purpose. Now going on 7. Atlantic is broke and won't help her pay for a second album. Offset is in court fighting to release an album, and my sister-in-law sold her rights to her catalog off too early in her career. Now there's no money to produce the album. She is constantly taking car insurance ads to keep the lights on and pay lawyers to continue to chase me down for money I don't have. I'm so sorry for distracting y'all queen. Between me and the surgeons, we owe y'all a huge apology. Atlantic refuses to give her any money to produce a second album because they took such a loss on her first album that she is now starting to promote 6 years later. Again, I'm so sorry, it's my fault, but if you want music, she keep promoting, Nicki and Spice's song or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Again, petty all around. Petty all around. Okay, petty boots all around. I'm like, look, if somebody owe me money and they keep fucking with me, we had a fight. I'm playing. I would not be fussing with anybody who I owe money to. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Because for what? For what? I feel like the judge has already determined the outcome. I'm trying to focus and not look at the comment section to keep my mind right because I don't want to fuck with nobody. People like to make it seem as if, well, Cardi should leave it alone. Cardi shouldn't say shit. And I'm like, what reignited this beef wasn't Cardi. What made Cardi be pissed off to say, I'm going to make sure that you can't afford to send your kids to college? It wasn't something that she did. I feel like anyone even saying Cardi should not be commenting on a stepson shit, everybody was. Everybody was. There were many celebrities who were saying shit too. It's crazy. Now, Tasha was posting last night. I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I bring it up. Let me see. Tasha was showing, I don't even think I put it up on the thing. Tasha was posting some girl is saying that Offset it's in here. There we go. Tasha was up at 4. It was 4:30 in the morning my time, and she put this up. Some girl who, that's the girl, is saying she was messing with Offset, and at like 4:30 in the morning, and here in Detroit, I was scrolling social media and I saw these posts on entire things. I had to repost it. You see the unloved Tasha K. Okay, I had to repost it. And allegedly this girl was saying how Offset was messing with her, how he would have her the house, how she's known what she was messing around with him before he got with Cardi, and they're messing around until recent. So Tasha K was posting all this shit at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And this is supposedly the girl. Okay. Allegedly. She was also saying, see, I'm in the car. The car in front of me is Cardi's car. He likes to have me sitting and waiting when Cardi walked past me and I know. So Tasha posted all this shit at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, Lord Jesus Christ. And I was like, what is going on? Now, I also feel like Cardi and Offset, we know for a fact at some point Offset was on some bullshit. That's why, either I think right after she had Culture, she was gonna divorce him because he had been cheating. So again, when I took out the sound because I couldn't remember if he had music or whatever, I don't care. But the girl is saying like, yeah, he be letting me come over, whatever. He be trying to have me, he be hiding me. He be making me sit. Now the car that, let me make exactly what it says, because the car that she is like sitting in and pointed to, the license plate, this says BCLS 11, and she's saying that stands for the Khalid, Cardi's real name. So she's making it seem as if, yeah, Offset is was allegedly cheating on her with her. She was cheating on Cardi with her, and this was her proof because again, I'm in a car. Now we don't see her. Again, this is all stuff Tasha K posts, okay? She then posted these screenshot conversations between, I guess, whoever. I don't know who. And all we can see is for her saying, I find other videos I did take when inside the home. For some reason he would like her to walk right past me, and many times he would have me sit in the car or sit somewhere and wait till she left. But in the beginning, before he knew her, those were the best times. But I feel like, ma'am, when? And then we see this little message or whatever that says to Offset. Okay, wait, I'm gonna sneak you in. Give me 2 minutes. Go back by the truck. Walk or park. Park by the truck. Then I'm gonna open the gate. Laughing out loud. Okay. When she then posted another video of her in the mirror in what is allegedly supposed to be a studio or some room in their house in Atlanta. Okay. And she in there by herself recording. Okay. You see a bed right there? The little bed right there, whatever. She posted that stuff. Okay. We then see her talking to someone. I don't know who it is. I don't know. And the text say, is this in her home studio? Yep. Which house? Atlanta. His, I thought more. That right there is studio on Violin and Culture's bed. Shaking my head, Los Angeles. So when people say, it's a lot going on, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Now, let me share my screen again because, certain somebody took a screenshot of it because I'm like, I know some. Luckily, I was woke and saw it. 2, luckily I took screenshots. Okay, I tried to do my due diligence and stuff. Okay, so this is the caption that was under the post. You see it said 4:34. I could not sleep. 4:34 in the morning. And with that video of the girl, saying whatever, she said, but in court, the gang member cried on the stand and said that I was the one that caused her to be take herself out. Okay. And as a result of that, she wasn't able to make love to her husband. Mind you, she testified, and her therapist testified that she received only 2 sessions of couple therapy, and nowhere in the medical report did she say that she was take your own lifeful. Okay. This all got over an ex-stripper friend of hers making the most disgusting allegations against her. I just refuse to take down the interview with those accusations, but I'm accused of putting an STD on her and labeled a liar by the media she paid for. So Tasha's saying Cardi paid the media to call Tasha a liar. And she said she was accused of putting an STD on Cardi. Now, Tasha did say Cardi had. I feel like she also said something like Cardi got herpes and she be kissing Culture. So Culture got it. I think. I don't remember. I'm not saying it's a fact. I can't remember. But I think a part of that was her, insinuating, alleging medical stuff about Cardi. And she did mention Culture at the time. I just can't remember how. And because she had to take the videos down, I don't have a reference, okay? She said, and by the courts, because our judge mentioned to her that he was a fan of hers. No worries, one day all the court transcripts will come out, including her sworn testimony about her test results that did not have her real name on them. Now I feel like I wonder why hasn't, if somebody tell me how, can I request the transcripts? If I can get them, I'll get them. I just don't know how. I just wonder if Tasha K know the proof is in the transcripts. I wonder why it's out. Like, I wonder, could she not release the transcripts? Because if the proof is in the transcripts, I would post that shit immediately. You know what I'm saying? If Cardi lying and in court Cardi was on some bullshit, I would put it on poster boards. It would be my background. I would for sure let that shit leak. So I don't know why, if Tasha K is saying that in the court transcripts, what Cardi said was on some BS, how the medical results, the test results did not have Cardi's name on it. Because how can someone submit results if it ain't theirs? And that's all. I'm like, why ain't that stuff out? Okay. And then she said, and her mentioning that I started a rumor about her dad being a artist. I was the only blogger that debunked that fake story, but Cynthia Paola loves to embellish. Let me get through this bankruptcy peacefully. If I had better lawyers, I wouldn't be in the situation. God is always on the side of truth. I'm like, but if the truth in the transcripts, we need that. We need the transcripts, okay? Now, also, I told you it's a lot. It's a lot. Got one more little thing, two more little things, whatever. Because she also, because folks were saying, well, how do we know that that's Offset who the girl talking to? Tasha posted a phone number. I'm not gonna show the number because I ain't playing. Now I did call the number, and when I called the number, excuse me, when I called the number, the voicemail was full. So it wasn't no name. It was a full voicemail, whatever. But Tasha posted the phone number to show the number, and she posted that, and this was the caption. She said, "This will be deleted in 30 minutes. Y'all Offset and Cardi calling blog, threatening legal action for the video I posted. Me and the blog verify the number he called from, and it matches this one from the woman that allegedly been having. They have been together since before him and Cardi up until recently. His wife needs to leave me the fuck alone. I haven't seen her name on the video in 2 years. Talking about I'm hiding money, her husband hiding women allegedly." Now I feel like even though you have not said her name on video, you said the lady's name on social media. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's no secret that at some point in the past that Offset was cheating on Cardi. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that she posted, because she posted something that had his phone number, it also had an address of a home it owned in Georgia. And because I don't know if this shit is, I'm not posting none of it because she's already deleted it. Okay, she's already deleted it because, as she said, it was taken out. And I just feel like when you looked it up, it did say that number belonged. It said Offset's real name, but it also had other folks' names as well on there. And I felt like, well, that means it could be anybody. But I'm like, we can't act like Offset was not cheating in the past. I don't feel like he's cheating now, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's cheating now. But even if he is, I feel like, girl, let that man cheat. If Cardi is okay with her man cheating, if Summer Walker can stay with Lil Meech and Cardi want to stay with her husband, by all means. And when people come forward to tell on cheaters who they cheating with, I'm like, bitch, who is you? You fucking a married man. He ain't cheating, neither is you. But I just feel like it ain't worth the bullshit. It's not worth the argument. It ain't worth the fussing. And I feel like now the issue has changed to me. Because it started off with you, oh, well, she can't be commenting about the stepson of the dead billionaire. So I'm be petty him to take off. And then she came back and said, well, fuck you. You know, your kids can't go to college. And then Tasha K then said, okay, well, fine, your husband cheat on you. I was like, Lord, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And I feel like, again, if we don't rock together and you sued me and I lost, fuck you forever. Forever. And at the end of the day, if Cardi don't want to leave her husband, why do we care? And I also feel like, how long has Tasha K had this information? That's the gotcha. Is this new information? Was that a recent text? You know what I'm saying? Is Offset currently cheating? It's a lot that, because I'm like, if you and her just started back beefing last night, somebody was quick to send the proof. I'm just saying. Anything can happen. Cardi could be not knowing Offset cheating. She could know he cheating. Or Tasha could have been had cheating information on Cardi and we didn't know. And anything can be true. Anything. He can be cheating. But is he currently cheating? I don't know. Now, Tasha then went live on her IG. She wasn't on camera, so you know what I'm saying? I did not change her voice because usually I speed things up or whatever. But let's get into Tasha's live from earlier today.
And you know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to keep fighting. So I filed the appeal. And I didn't lose the appeal based off of evidence. I lost the appeal based off of, they sucked. Everybody out here was trying to tell me my lawyers sucked, but I was so gung-ho on building my channel and, and keeping a roof, over our heads. My husband working, 2 jobs and stuff like that. But we made it work. And, even though it didn't go in our favor.
So, I feel like people don't understand that when you're getting sued, like, you do have to have really good lawyers. When you only can go with what you can afford and say, Cardi can pay for way more, like, it do make a difference. Now, can we blame the fact that she lost solely on her lawyers were not better than Cardi's? I think that probably could have played a part in it. However, I'm like, as somebody who saw the videos, I'm like, if I was in the jury, I don't care how good her lawyers were. Once the videos were played, no, girl. Because I feel like if in the court they were able to listen to and watch the videos, no matter how good your lawyers were, they can just watch and judge for themselves. Even if your lawyers would have said Cardi B is a former stripper who has gang ties, she out here popping a puss for a goon, like, at the end of the day, some people gonna believe what they see and what they hear. And if the jury were able to watch those videos that you did back in the day, and it was based on that, Cardi B could have had crappy lawyers too. The footage itself was the evidence, in my opinion. But her still saying, Tasha feel like she lost because she just could not afford better lawyers. Because again, having to pay for household, Tasha got 2 kids, and things, she probably spent what she could spend. Cardi B, who has more money, spent what she could spend. So it could have been the lawyers, but at the same time, because I saw the videos, and I believe I made like I commented about the shit back then because I couldn't believe it. Just saying.
You know, we said we still gonna fight. But then, you know, I'm gonna say this before I get off because I'm done posting videos. I'm done. But the thing that she forgot is that I'm the media. I am the media.
Now she's admitting that she's media. Do y'all feel like her saying she's media should be a mute point because she said, because Tasha kept saying that Cardi, paid people to do shit. So do y'all think Tasha should have been able to finagle more people her way if she feel like she's media? Just wondering.
I'm the media. I have the power. Let me tell you how powerful I am. And y'all can get mad, y'all little minions, especially y'all black women that don't love yourselves. You guys want to rally behind a bitch that won't even spit on you if you was on fire.
I don't want nobody to spit on me if I'm on fire. I'll pour some water on me because spit ain't gonna put the fire out.
She called y'all roaches. I call her an ant because she's shaped just like one.
I mean, Cardi body is shaped weird now. I want her to stop getting ass shots. But I feel like this, Cardi. Look, I see so many folks saying Cardi called black people roaches. I feel like if a white person pissed me off, and I said that white bitch. If a white person pissed me off, and I talk about that white person, do that mean I'm saying all white people is that? I don't feel that. So sometimes I get offended. I'm not saying in this case in general. I'm saying when people be like, well, so-and-so says something about a black person and now you want to support them. I feel like this is the news. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, like this is content. And you have some folks who see Tasha's point, you have some folks who see Cardi's. But I feel like I don't want to not see Cardi's points because she was pissed off at a black person. The same way I don't want to only see Tasha's point because she's black. I feel like you should want people to hear both sides and say how they feel. I feel like it should not have anything to do with, a person's race. I'm like, I don't think Cardi hate black people. She married to Offset. She has black children. So I don't think Cardi, hates black people. If someone said, well, Tasha K don't like black folk because she's married to somebody who's from one of the African countries. No. That's like saying Tasha don't like, is Cardi, what's Cardi? Is she Dominican? Whatever Cardi is. I feel like people have to stop with this notion that Cardi B said something about the whole race of black people, and she was not talking to somebody who she was back and forth with. So I really do want, everyone to be like, let's not judge everyone and say, well, black women who don't love themselves is supporting Cardi, and Cardi called, people some black roaches. Because to me, I feel like, okay, you're trying to force me to not hear both sides. Because I should be upset because she didn't like somebody. And I'm like, y'all know me, I have to hear both sides. That's why I'm like, I like to always hear what Tasha said and what Cardi said. That's why I'm posting both what they both said. The same way I posted Cardi live, cussing, fussing, I'll post Tasha stuff too. Because people need to be able to hear both sides and then form their own opinion. And it should not have anything to do with the fact that Tasha has to be a black woman and Cardi B happens to be Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like some people who see Cardi's point is because they've seen this whole thing play out since the videos from back in 26, whenever back in when she was first doing the shit.
But let me.
What happened? Who have two accounts? What happened? Who is it? Y'all tell me who it is. Okay, why are you commenting from two different accounts? So you're trolling her. Who is it? I can block them. Give me a name. Give me a name. Who around here? Who is the great enigma? Who is it? Who is it? Look, y'all don't be a trolling. Angela is Angie. Angela is Angie. Angela is Angie. I'm looking for Angela. Who is Angela? I see Angie stay winning. Who is it? Is it they the same person? Who is Angela Slay? You got two accounts. Why are you doing that? For what? You have two accounts, Angela? Girl, watch. How? Is it two phones? Now, why you want to be doing that? Now we don't like no trolls. And because it's two different pictures. You on two phones, on two accounts, with two pictures. That's what you're telling me? That you have that you have two phones on two accounts with two pictures. Now, Angela Slay and Angie, what is it? Angie stay winning. Why? Why? I that's crazy. That don't make no sense, baby. Hey, my sweet baby. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Like, you in here at the same time commenting from two accounts. You do know that's the definition of a troll, my love, my sweet baby. Look, we don't do trolling around here. Okay? So you need to pick an account and stay in that one. Because when you commenting from two different accounts, as if you two different people, and it's two different pictures. Even if one picture is you, with short blonde hair, and the other one is you not. Y'all, just ignore one of them. Let's get going. I can't.
Just say this for those that like to talk shit, that like to relish, and Tasha K down, Tasha K down. Tasha K is not down. Tasha K is up. Okay?
I agree. Look, I want. Wait, where is it? I just saw a comment that made complete sense to me. I don't. It don't make sense to me to have, like, if I have 20 people, that's really one person. I'd rather have just the one person. I feel like that's trolling, because it's one thing if you just have two accounts because you have two accounts. It's fine, But to have two accounts They look like two different people, but you in here at the same time on both accounts, commenting as if you two different people. That shit is weird. So I'm gonna ask everybody. I appreciate the 2 likes. I get that 2 like thing. But when you commenting from 2 different pages, as if you 2 different people, that's just a little bit weird. Just, I don't understand, girl. Lord Jesus, let's keep going.
The blogs is up. The blogs is up. I'm the blogs. I am media. That's me. That's who I am. I have the power, and I ain't done it yet, but I can. I have the power to open up every single court transcript.
I want her to do it. I really want Tasha to look. If Tasha opened up the transcripts and post that shit, that's gonna make the phone bill. Okay, if she posts the transcript, if Tasha has a watch along, read along, and she play, and she read that shit off verbatim, she gonna make $4 million. Okay, and don't put that up behind the paywall on Tasha like no, put it on YouTube. Okay, put it on YouTube. Put it on subscriber only chat. Make all the money. I still don't know why ain't nobody put the transcripts out there. I would have been did it. I'm just wondering.
Partner with Hulu or Netflix or somebody and produce a full-length documentary on everything that went down in this case.
But when she do the documentary, y'all think she gonna be able to put the... Because this is the thing. If there's a documentary done, I feel like she would have to also include the videos in question that Cardi B was saying were defamatory. Because in a documentary, you can't see the evidence of what someone accused you of doing. It kind of makes a moot point. Because we can't see what the complaint was for. And we can't see what you're saying you did not do. So if she was to do a documentary, that would be great. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great. She can make the money off of it. Absolutely. But I'm like, I would be like Judge. I judge. If Cardi want her money, I need to put out the documentary. And I need to put out the videos that she said I was speaking derogatory. Was it derogatory? No. Defamation. What defamed her. Okay. That's what I would need to happen in the documentary.
I can put the test results out there for y'all to see. All that shit was buried. Not one black blog decided to go and look at the shit.
Somebody tell me where to get the records from. I'll pay for it. I got it. Well, unless it costs you, I ain't paying no thousands. I ain't paying thousands. No, ma'am. I'll pay 1,000. Okay, and I have a whole read along. You hear me?
The girl at the time, her money was longer than everybody. She ain't had nothing but time on her hands. She was spending hella money on blogs and on media sites pushing this narrative that I lied on her. I don't have no reason to lie on her. She ain't even that relevant. She's a one-hit wonder.
Tasha. Right. You know, to me, a one-hit wonder is not somebody. People can have their own definition of one-hit wonder. I think someone who was put out one album on the label, a couple album mixtapes, a few singles. I don't look at that person as a one-hit wonder, mainly because Lauryn Hill only had one album. You know what I'm saying? And no one calls Lauryn Hill as a solo artist a one-hit wonder. I also feel like because I know Tasha has said before, that Cardi B, had one album. It's been these years, but I feel like people forget. Cardi put an album out when she was pregnant with Culture. She then had Culture. I think while trying to do her second album, the pandemic hit. Like the pandemic from 2019 until hell yesterday, from 2019 to 2023, nobody was really able to do a lot. What kind of name? Invasion of privacy. I can't remember. Some invasion. When did her album come out? Cardi album came out in 2018, April 6th of 2018. I feel like even, when a person has an album, Cardi put that album out while being pregnant with Culture. She then had Culture. She did do some touring with the song. The pandemic then hit. I do feel like it's not as if she ain't did shit since her album. She did put some singles out, but I would not call Cardi a one-hit wonder. I also feel like if Cardi ain't shit, then why comment up? You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people who aren't popping, who no one talks about. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like is that a contradiction? Because if Cardi was so worthless and not relevant, then what was the point of interviewing people about her? You know what I'm saying? I just thought about that. Like, yeah, if she's a one-hit wonder who don't care about, like, what was the point of interviewing the friend of hers who then talked cash shit? And then if the request came in to take the video down, why not take it down if Cardi ain't shit, in my opinion? You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like it's not as if Cardi didn't do shit. I like the Invasion of Privacy album. I think a lot of people did. And the fact that, just like Lauryn Hill, she can still tour off that album if she had to. But that's just my opinion.
She's a one-hit wonder. But I'm done after this. I'm done. I ain't said that lady name in 2 years. I call her my sister-in-law because, yeah, we tied legally to each other, And I wish her and her family nothing but the absolute best.
I think everybody wish both Cardi and Tasha K the best. I think we know how hard it is to owe $4 million if you ain't got it. It's hard to owe 1,000 if you ain't got it. It's hard to owe any amount of money that you do not have. Like, that is a strain. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? We know folks who owe a couple thousand, and it's a strain because you have to do what you can do. I think people do wish both Cardi and Tasha well. I think the issue is when Tasha comes on and she seems to feel like she's the victim, people get upset with her because they feel as if she don't take any accountability into what happened. She makes it seem as if everything was a miscarriage of justice, that did not go in her favor, and no one feel like she don't know. Well, you do know why you got sued, right? Okay. You do know that once you lost the lawsuit, you kind of kept going a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the issue that people have with Tasha K. And I know her Wano love her. She will forever have, a following. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. However, I do feel like everybody wish both of y'all well, and had this situation that came up, people wouldn't be out here picking sides again.
But when you speak on my kids, talking about, you coming for you coming for they college tuition. First of all, whether I pay for college, I don't have to pay for college. My daughter is a 4.0 student.
Amen. Come on now, 4.0. We love the intelligence. Come on now, that's a blessing. You hear me?
My daughter is a 4.0 student. My son is being educated in one of the top schools in Africa right now. He started school before kids normally start school over here. He started school at 3. He's adding, subtracting, writing his name, reading. My son started reading at 3.
That's amazing. You know, more kids can learn faster if they just start being taught sooner. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. The more people don't find this obsession with Cardi where it blows me. April.
You don't understand the type of family that my husband comes from. They're highly educated people. Highly educated people.
Now, you know, some folk would say, they should have said, leave that bitch alone, Tasha. Fuck her. Do you. You great. You entertaining. You have a fucking Tasha Case following is fucking huge. Huge. She has over 1 million subs on YouTube. Her own websites. I feel like I really do wish someone would have told her, Tasha, fuck it. Fuck her. I really wish someone would have told her that, because that would have stopped all this shit. She would not have had to file for bankruptcy. Whatever she going through in life, you know, as far as the money she owed, whatever, she would not have had to. Because this is the thing. The back and forth with Cardi had already made her name pop a little bit more. But the fact that you then had to go to court, spend money on lawyers or whatever, now the judgment, like, it costs you more. You learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm assuming. But I really do wish somebody within the family would say, you know what, Tasha, fuck Cardi. We're gonna just move on. Okay? And speaking of whoever else, I really do wish, so that way nobody will be in this shit. Not them, not us. We will all be moving on.
But one thing I learned in America is that the money is what speaks to the courts. And she succeeded, and I took my L. I took it proudly, I took it humbly.
Y'all think Tasha was being humble? Y'all think it was humbleness? I don't know. I do feel like she's taking the L. Now, if she doing humbly, I can't say that to be true. But I do feel like money talks all over the world, not just in America. I feel like no matter where you are, you know, there are always people who will listen to who has the most money. I feel like if an affluent family in Ghana, in Spain, in Portugal, I think when you have anyone who is able to afford stuff, wherever, no matter where you are, it can speak a little bit louder. However, I also feel like if somebody has video proof of what was said and someone is saying, well, that hurt me, that defamed me, that did this or that to me, and the jury then or the judge then say, I agree. It's like what you want. You know, it's like, you know, you can't win for losing on both ends. Like Cardi having a good lawyer helped her win. But to Tasha, she's saying because she didn't have good lawyers, that's why she lost. So if you would have had good lawyers and then still lost, what would it be? But you wanted good lawyers like Cardi had good lawyers. So it's like, I feel like everybody need good lawyers. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm from the hood. We laugh about being broke. We laugh about going through shit. I ain't got no money. I ain't got it. That's just what it is. I done been broke before. So being broke now ain't nothing. Being broke now ain't nothing. Okay? So all I'm saying is, if this narrative keeps going on that I said her dad was a rapist, that all of this stuff, like, I never said that. There's not one video. I never said Culture was going to come out of her and get a STD. All this stuff was made up.
Do anybody remember the videos that she did? Do y'all feel like, because y'all know, like, most YouTubers, we say so much stuff, we don't really remember, stuff. Like, y'all know sometimes with me, when I'm on here and I'm talking and I have jokes, I don't remember that shit till y'all put it in the comment section. Do y'all think that Tasha K said so much, has done so many videos, has cracked so many jokes, that she could have just forgot that she said that shit? Do y'all think she may not remember that in her heyday, when she was going at Cardi, that she was mentioning culture? Because in my memory bank, I feel like my opinion is, I'm not saying it's fact, my opinion is, I think I remember her mentioning culture. I think I remember it, but I feel like, again, we say so much, and that was, as she said, 6-7 years ago. Do y'all think she maybe forgot she said it, so she feel like it being brought back up is someone making it up? And again, because the videos are gone, we have no reference to it. You know what I'm saying?
That is not even what the court case was about. All the allegations are in the case. But she's steady up under blogs talking shit. So I make a joke about
Crap, wrong button, y'all.
it. That's what I do. You don't even know I be talking with the other blogs because she be under every fucking post. People bringing up old shit and she's still relevant because she's mad about money that I do not have. I do not have $4 million. If I had it, I would give it to her. I really would give it to her. That's the type of person I am. That's why when you saw me file for bankruptcy, there was not that much debt because I pay my bills. But this bill is too big, so I had to file a Chapter 11.
Now that's honesty. I feel like, that's her being real. Like, not she's being fake, but I'm saying, like, I said that while they were in court, I'm like, Tasha don't have an extra $4 million to give to Cardi. I'm like, she don't have it. A lot of folks don't have, because I say, even if she has $4 million, and whatever, she don't have an extra $4 million to give somebody. So I feel like, she's saying, like, if I had, I would have paid it, but I ain't got it. And I think that's why most folks' point was, we wish you would have just stopped before it got to this. And I think some folks feel like she hasn't said, you know what, I took some missteps in this that got me in this situation. I think what people hear her saying a lot is, well, Cardi lying, she wasn't really suicidal. Cardi lying, she wasn't, couldn't do this with Offset. Cardi lying, I ain't never seen them about culture. Cardi lying, she's a former drug gang member, this, that, or the other. I feel like people hear her saying more about, well, it's not me, it's Cardi. I didn't really do nothing. Cardi just mad. It wasn't me, it was Cardi. And I think that's why some people feel like she isn't being humble, because humble is like, you know what? I was driving without a license, and I knew I didn't have no license, and I got pulled over, and then I got a ticket. I lost my job. I can't pay the ticket. Now they canceled my license. But I'm gonna blame the cop that pulled me over, instead of saying, well, no, I should not have been driving drunk, which got me in trouble in courts, which got me fired, and now I got on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at some point, people feel like you have to acknowledge how you got there. And if every acknowledgement about how you got there is based on saying, well, Cardi paid people to do this, or Cardi made up this and that about me. So I feel like, and I do think she's being humble now and saying, I don't have it. I had to file for bankruptcy. Even if Tasha lying and she got $18,455 hid in the ocean with Jacques Cousteau, maybe her money ain't in Africa. Maybe it's in the ocean with the Titanic. I don't know. Even if she has what she's saying is, I don't have it, and because I don't have it, I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? And everybody handles shit differently, and she just handling it differently.
In order to reorganize stuff, just so I could function as a business and still pay my bills. Never said I wasn't going to pay that lady. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to come out here and you're not going to play in my face. Because when we was in court, you talked all that shit. Oh, bitch, you're going to have to see me. You're going to have to see me. But you came up in that courtroom with bodyguards. Why you come in a federal courtroom with bodyguards?
Because it's federal. I feel like Tasha and Cardi be fussing online and Cardi be saying, I'm going to beat your ass. I can't fight you in court. It's federal. It's federal court. I never felt like Cardi B was going to fight Tasha. I did not. I think in anger, people threaten people. Absolutely. Hey, I would have sued Cardi for threatening me. She threatened me. I would sue immediately. You hear me? But I feel like, why would you in court with security? Because she's Cardi B. And it's that simple. Like at the end of the day, an apple is an apple. Cardi B is Cardi B. At the end of the day, Cardi B is a celebrity, and if she around here somewhere, she'll have security. But I would never think Cardi B walking to court in the federal court and then try to fight Tasha. That's just stupid. That's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Again, we gotta be rational.
It was during COVID. Nobody was allowed in there. We both took the back door, but you was steady talking shit with your bodyguard standing right there. I even gave this lady fucking aspirin when she had a migraine one day.
I wouldn't have gave Cardi shit. If you suing me, bitch, and you have a headache, oh well. You can't get nothing from me. No, bitch, we in court. I will give you this Excedrin if you drop a case.
In court. Nobody else had no headache medicine. I had to give it to her.
I would have never. Cardi head would have been hurting forever.
I had to give it to her. Now, granted, I'm not saying that my behavior was the best because I did drag that lady.
There we go. So shit, come on now, Tasha.
I dragged that lady. But that's just me. I'm from Florida, y'all. I'm from Florida. We don't take no shit. All of this shit started over an interview that I did that I refused to take down. And the reason I refused to take it down is because if I would have took that interview down, every fucking celebrity, okay? Every fucking celebrity would have been like, take this down. I had to establish my brand. Win, lose, or draw.
So Tasha, I'm happy that she admitted, took a little bit of accountability. But I do wonder if now, hindsight being 2020, you know what I'm saying? Do she feel like I should have just took it down? Because trying to establish my brand, trying to, make myself who I am, trying to basically exert my dominance over anybody else, like, do she feel like now it wasn't even worth the bullshit she's going through? Because not taking down one interview 7 years ago has now cost you $4 million, and you have to file bankrupt. Like, it's a lot Tasha having to go through because she refused to take down one video years ago. Okay, Drew from Chicago. Thank you for the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Look, people say I'm from Detroit all day. However, I'm not gonna let where I'm from cost me for a meal. I also feel like I've always said as well, had I been on YouTube in my 20s, in my 30s, like I still feel like a newer YouTuber because I started YouTube in 2017. I don't feel like I really got my footing until like 2019. You know what I'm saying? Like the beginning of 2019, like January 2019, I feel like that's when I like kind of got on the roll or whatever. So to me, I'm still new in this. So I would never want where I'm from to cost me that much. So I do wonder, like, if she feel like, you know what, I should have just took the shit down. Because you still are Tasha K. You know what I'm saying? You still, you know, that bitch around here. You still have all those subscribers, you know what I'm saying? But some people still feel like you be on some bullshit. But she's also learned a lot because how Tasha used to do her stuff in the past, it is different now. She has learned. I think she has. Now, maybe she should just stop commenting on Cardi B and just to leave that in her past. And because there are people who have gotten into, you know, beefs and shit with people, you know, on so like, you know, with T.S. Madison and Kaya. You know what I'm saying? Maddie and also the ATLien girl. You know what I'm saying? You know, Funky and you know what I'm saying? Funky and A. There are people who have had these public spats that some of them ended up in court. And now they've moved past that shit because it's not worth it. Because every time it comes up, it drags you back into whatever it was. And I felt like I'm surprised that we back around here fussing about the shit. Truthfully. And a lot of people feel like, well, you know, Tasha K feels as if it keeps her relevant or it gets her clicks and views, which it does. But it's like, at the end of the day, is it worth it? You know, it's folks who say if you have to keep putting yourself in the mud to keep growing, is it worth the fact that you have to keep getting dirty? You know what I'm saying? Like I always say my channel, I don't want anyone coming to my channel thinking, oh, all she do is message. No. We have good time around here. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't want to have to keep making, you know, messy shit or having to force content because folks look at you for that. So I feel like Tasha K was a whole brand. She does interviews and all this shit. I feel like you don't ever have to mention that bitch ever. And still be fine. So I want Tasha to get to a point where she would never say, fuck Cardi. I don't need that bitch.
No one's ever done what I'm doing on this level, especially with this type of celebrity down your neck. 5 years she was chasing me and should have been chasing an album. Should have been promoting an album.
I mean, am I bad? I could have, look, I'm not, my brain ain't the best, and, you know, COVID fucked my brain up. Cardi was promoting Invasion of Privacy that came out in 2018. Y'all know most albums, the person toured for about a year. She had Culture at that time. Took time to get her body back after having Culture. And COVID hit. So I do feel like her album came out in 2018. That was 5 years ago. We've been in COVID for 3 years. She did put out songs in between. So I'm like, I just want to give him saying, like, I'm just saying.
You know, and now you're trying to promote an album 6 years later. But all I'm going to say is this. I'm the media. Okay? I'm the media. And if I want to decide one day, hire a production company to produce the court case, I'm well within my legal right to do that, and it would be public for the entire world to see. So if you still want to play with me, I'm trying to work out a payment plan with you, but you playing. You still want to play with me.
I would have, look, I would have put it out. I owe you $4 million. Why would I not put it out? I can make money off of it and pay you.
I'm going to make this money that way. I'm going to make this money by producing a documentary on the court case, the pre-trial, the trial, and after the trial. And I'm going to put in every single court transcript in there. Things that came out of your mouth, things that came out of that judge's mouth.
Like what? Like what?
All the evidence that they would not allow in. And that judge sat there and told you, oh my God, I'm a fan of your work. And you started laughing. He had no business presiding over that case if he was a fan of your work.
I feel like, because she appealed it. I would have appealed it based on the judge alone. I would have said, pull the transcript. Pull the type of machine that record everything that's being said. The minute the judge said they are a fan of the person suing me, that would have been my whole appeal. I did not have a fair trial simply based on the judge being a fan of the person suing me. They can't do that. I watch all the court shows, all the judge shows, all the law shows. I feel like if that's true, the appeal for a new trial should have been approved. I'm just saying. I need to see it. I need to see it.
He had no business, but because I was already knee deep in with my lawyers, I couldn't afford to fire those lawyers and hire new ones. I had to run what was within my budget. I had to run. Listen, I don't have to release her medical records, but her medical records are in the court case. It's sort of like an autopsy report. You ever see crime news stories and they release that? It's public record now. It's in Pacer. I can release everything that she testified to with those test results that did not have her name on those test results. The test results said Bonnie something.
Look, again, that's strike two. One, the judge said on record he's a fan of the person suing me. Two, the paperwork of her medical records did not have her name on it. If those two things are true, I don't understand how that got past anybody.
And they came from a doctor that worked at UCLA in California. When they ordered the medical record had 2 pieces of paper. She had her kids either at Piedmont, Atlanta, or in New York. She ain't had no baby out there in California.
However, if her residence is in Cali, if her PCP is in Cali, even if she birthed her children in New York and Atlanta, they may have to request her records from wherever she was getting medical coverage from, and not from where she delivered the kids. I'm just saying.
So why is your medical record coming from California? Well, all I'm saying here is I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to produce a full-length documentary because Lord knows I want this beef to end between me and her.
Are you, girl? I would have been put it out. Been already done. I would want to clear my name. Period. Already done.
I want this beef to end. My brand has been doing exceptionally well. Despite the huge monetary setback, we ain't lost no food. We ain't lost no numbers. So I don't want to have to do that. You talk about my kids ain't gonna go to college.
Well, no. She said you won't be able to afford. I think you can't afford college because of the money you owe her.
Well, yours, at the rate that Offset is going, it seems like yours is going to be raised by you as a single mother and him. And they're going to be calling another woman stepmama.
Not they gonna break up and have a stepmama. I mean, at least they'll be raised.
At the rate you're going, because you're too busy. And everybody business, and you're not paid to be in that business. I'm paid to be in people business. You're not paid to be in people business.
If she wanted it to end, why did she make the comment about CB and take off? She always attacks Cardi B and then Cardi B reacts. Tasha's a blogger, so she is paid to be in folks' business, though.
Okay? You not paid. I get paid. This is what I do. You commenting on billionaire shit. You commenting on everything that's going on the blogs. It's given you don't want to be a rapper. It's given that you want to be a blogger.
But don't we see celebrities every day commenting on people's stuff? I'm just saying, we see celebrities every day be asked about shit, they be posting about stuff. I find it weird that we feel. Look, I feel like celebrities should not be consumed with stuff, but I do feel like, I mean, you think Barack Obama and Michelle ate at home? Like, can you believe that damn submarine and what they did? Can you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I feel like that story caught everyone's attention. Everybody. So I feel like celebrities should not be like consistently always, with their opinions, they can be busy. But I feel like, regular people see shit and have comments. I mean, like, that's like saying regular folk like us should never worry about rich people because we're not rich. Why should you, a regular person working, you know what I'm saying, doing your job, whatever, why are you up here talking about Cardi B or Tasha K? Because they both out your tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I did not see nothing wrong with what Cardi said. Right. Everyone was commenting on that shit. Everybody. The gotcha for me is, why do you feel the need to respond to her when she wasn't talking to you? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if Cardi ever, said anything about Tasha K would have the right to say whatever back. I think both of them should not talk to each other.
That's why you stay heavy in the blogs. You want to control our news because secretly, deep down, that's what you want to do. You want to be a blogger. You want to be the media.
Y'all think Cardi B want to be a blogger? I don't know.
Everybody knows when a celebrity start taking ads of that caliber that you take in Walmart, the bag is not the same.
How much y'all think Walmart pay? Is Walmart not? Because y'all know Walmart. We know Walmart ain't Target, but I feel like Walmart is still like a big brand, right? Is people doing a Walmart ad? Do that mean, you know what I'm saying, they full of B of S? Sam, Because all I see is Tasha's correct. Okay. And I think you'll buy it. Because I haven't seen that thing say nothing else. When you keep, look, because I don't like trolls. When you keep posting the exact same comment, you're getting blocked. We need some, we need to be sure that you're human. We need human interaction. Human.
Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, all of them would never take those type of ads. That's money that you have to take. Offset can't release no albums. He getting paid off of old streams. He in court. You sold your rights to your album. And what I said yesterday about Atlantic has reported. This is public news. This is public because Atlantic is shareholder. Atlantic has reported the biggest loss ever. Kodak Black, I was just talking to Kodak Black's team. They couldn't even afford to pay for Kodak Black's studio time. He just got out of Atlanta. He just left Atlantic.
But, okay, I got a question. If Atlantic could not pay for Kodak Black stuff, could that be because Kodak Black don't make them enough money to pay for? Like, don't they want to recoup shit? Ain't he always in jail? Ain't he right now on probation? Ain't a warrant out for that man to rest? So if a record label don't have money to pay for Kodak Black, is that connected to Cardi? I'm just wondering. Because I do feel like a label should be like, you know what? Let's not put money into Kodak Black because he keep getting arrested. And we won't get our money back. So I feel like I hear her saying that the Atlantic did not have money for Kodak. But I feel like, but wouldn't that be because of Kodak Black and not because of Cardi? Somebody get Atlantic on the line. Anybody here?
And they refused to give any more money towards her because her budget is too big and she did not bring in the money that they put into the album. Yes, the album makes money, but she doesn't collect those royalties because she sold her rights to her catalog. So it goes to a company. I think it's Warner Brothers, if I'm not mistaken. Her streams go to Warner Brothers because she sold her catalog too early. Now she needs more money, but the label is like, you didn't tour. You didn't push this album.
And she talking about invasion of privacy. Like what album? Because Cardi B toured. She did some shows. I don't think she had a solo tour. But Cardi B for sure was doing shows. Like little spot dates.
So no, we're not giving you any more money. That's why you ain't seen them flash off new cars and new jewelry and stuff like that. She posting videos of old cars that she bought in 2018 that don't start, that's dusty. Let me tell you this.
Not the cars don't start.
Rich people, real rich people, let me tell you this. Rich people have people to wash their cars.
I don't think Cardi drives. I don't think she drives. So I think people who don't drive their car don't care about getting the car washed. I mean, poor people get their car washed too, not only rich people. But I feel like if the fact that they haven't got the cars washed, that mean they can't buy new cars? Okay.
She got over $1 million+ of cars in a garage that's dusty and got bird shit on them, but you can't afford to pay a lawn guy to wash the cars, crank them up, drive them. They just sitting in a dusty garage with nasty ass dirty dogs.
Cardi B had posted a video. I want to say, they were out of town for something, they went to their other house, and Cardi was saying while they were there how she showed the cars there, and she was like, the cars haven't been washed. So Cardi was on her through her IG or something, or live, and she was showing how, hey, we're in town, we're at the house, and the cars are just in the garage, and they're dusty because we're not here. We don't drive them. I feel like, do we know of any other celebrities around here who live in one state but have a house in another state and they have stuff at the other state? Okay. Do we know the other celebrities make sure the cars are washed? Okay.
Don't even get me started with the landlord that contacted me a couple years back before she bought that house over there off Glen Ridge. You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta.
Now, why would the landlord? Why would a I wish my landlord. My house is clean though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see my house. Why would a landlord? Why would the fact that Cardi B's landlord from years ago contacted Tasha K? It's crazy. That landlord ain't shit. It also means sometimes people be trying to, start some shit.
The dogs in the house was so filthy. He had to spend over $10,000 restoring his house. Matter of fact, Larry Reid ended up moving into the house.
Larry Reid moved into a dirty house? Larry Reid moved into Cardi B old dirty. Now Tasha K said not me. Tasha K said Cardi B house is dirty and the landlord called her, and then Larry Reid moved in.
After they moved out, they left the house in such disarray. They couldn't even believe people live like that.
Y'all think Cardi B live in squalor? Because when they be showing the house they at now, it be looking real clean. I mean, was it a crack house? Y'all think it was a crack house? I don't know.
Okay, so listen, that lady want to get on and scream embezzlement and all of this.
Embezzle.
I'm under the federal court. The federal court has access to every single fucking bank account I have.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one.
Mm-hmm.
They're going back years.
Mm-hmm.
They're going back years.
Absolutely.
I don't have no reason to lie out here about me being broke. I'm broke.
Because they're going to find it. That's the bad. They look, the IRS, the banks, the lawyer, they will look and they will find. They'll find money you did not know you had.
Broke. I done been broke before. And hopefully one day I'm going to be up again. Once I get through this, it's going to be a long process. But I'm going to get through it like I get through everything else. But please, lady, please, 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 please. If I won $4 million, I would have to get out here and argue with no bitch.
If I owe somebody $4 million, I'm not fussing with that bitch. You hear me? If I owe something, it's like owing the IRS money and then fucking with them. If someone sued me and won for $4 million, bitch, I hate you. I would never speak about you again. Okay? I'll talk about everybody but you. So I get the point of the matter of, well, you won $4 million. You should be good. I think Cardi B was good until you mentioned takeoff. Because if y'all watch Tasha K, she said stuff, she called Cardi B her sister-in-law. We've seen her say little stuff, but not anything. To me, Cardi B responded because you mentioned takeoff. That's what set her off. Just saying.
About nothing. I wouldn't have to do it. The judgment says it right there in black and white. I ain't got to argue with you. I ain't got to play with you no more. I ain't got to do none of that. And I cannot be sued. For those of y'all saying I'm about to be sued again, I am under federal bankruptcy protection.
It's federal.
I'm under federal nobody's even allowed to file a lawsuit against me.
So do y'all think because she's under federal bankruptcy proceedings, is she fucking with Cardi because she know can't nobody sue her? Do y'all think she's purposefully starting shit knowing because I'm under this federal bankruptcy protection while we're in the proceedings that can't nobody fuck with me? Well, I mean, that don't mean people can't respond back to the shit now. And I don't know shit about bankruptcies. I don't. I am not a bankruptcy lawyer. I am not, familiar with the process at all. So I do wonder. I wonder if what she's saying that she's under federal bankruptcy protection and no one can sue her, she can't go back to court. Is that why she's now, around here, I'm like, I'm saying whatever. You can't sue me, bitch.
For the next 3 to 5 years. So get out of here with that.
And if that's the thing, if this is the thing too, if you can't be touched, sued, or whatever for 3 to 5 years, that don't mean I'm not gonna cuss your ass out when you fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, cool. I can't sue you, bitch, but I can fuck with you all I want to. I'm just saying.
I say what I want. Do what I want. But I've learned a huge lesson. Interviewing people, knowing how to report my news. I even have a lawyer that vets my news before it goes out. Same lawyer that works for CNN. Like, I literally have someone doing pre-vet so I don't find myself in that situation again. Because I was talking to bloggers. They was like, we were scared for you. I was like, y'all ain't have to be scared, because I knew, listen, this ain't the first time something like this has happened, and I'm going to figure it out. And I've been figuring it out.
When it was like a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers and bloggers were like, what the fuck gonna happen? Because so many people, a lot of people on who, do YouTube or whatever, or even people just in general, are reckless. And this made it to where you have to be careful what you say. Because now, if somebody, like, Nicki Minaj sued the blogger Nosy Ho. I don't know what happened with that or whatever. But again, it changed things. But I feel like, we all just have to be careful. And you vet and make sure that you are not making anything factual or being demeaning and speaking in a derogatory way, against somebody.
But I can't help that I'm entertaining. I can't help that y'all love my blogs. I can't help that y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I can't help that the haters hate me. The haters be under the post before the actual winos do. But please do not force me. Do not force me to make a documentary based on the court transcripts alone. I don't need to repeat not one allegation. I don't have to violate no injunction. It's all in court record. Do not force me to do that.
But I'm like, Tasha, but you're the one talking. I don't think Cardi trying to force her to release anything. I don't think Cardi has been like questioning the case itself. I think Cardi's point was, why would you come for takeoff? You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to go down that road again. That was the longest 3 weeks of both of our lives sitting in that courtroom, waiting on you to whoop my ass. You didn't do nothing. You talk big shit out here, but you don't back it up.
You can't fight in court though. You're not supposed to. I mean, some folks do and it be messy, but none of us want to fight in federal court.
You're a Karen in real life because you really
not a Karen. Girl, Jocelyn called Amber Karen, not Cardi. Tasha calling Cardi Karen, not a Karen.
Bright white like one. She bright white with thin skin. Like Karen. She's no gangster. She's nothing. So listen, I wish her the best. I wish her children the best. I wish her and her husband the best. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Okay. So, girl, that's your man's. I'm sorry. Look, I feel like everybody just has to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just needs to not antagonize each other. Now, Tasha made one last post on social media that I saw while we was on here. And she said she reposted Cardi's a tweet Cardi posted back on May. I got a piece of it, y'all. On May 29th. Matter of fact, y'all like the video. I gotta go pee. Because this has been too damn long. Like the video. Okay. Bladder empty, hands washed. I'm back. Okay. I've been holding y'all for like 30 minutes. Jesus. That's the weirdo calling of the weirdos. Who called somebody a weirdo? What happened? What I miss? Girl, who cares? Anyway, sometimes I just want to live in a small cottage with my kids in the middle of nowhere where nobody can find me or talk to me. And Tasha said, now this tweet makes sense. Pray for Brody, y'all. I don't want to see my worst enemy going through what she's going through. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? We do not fight in the comment section. What is going on? Oh, Jesus, okay? Stop it. Stop it. Anyway. At the end of the day, in my opinion, okay? Oh, wait, wrong thing. Boom. At the end of the day, my opinion is no one should be trying to make it seem as if all of this did not start. I just feel like it started with Tasha. That's where it first started. You know what I'm saying? And, I feel like it should be done. It's went to court. You owe her the money. You in bankruptcy. Y'all should not have nothing to say about each other. Cardi B should not talk about you. You should not talk about her. And let that be that. And y'all both move on. And you get whatever payment arrangement things you can get. Paid that lady her money. And then in the future, to how to move. That's really what it is. Because at the end of the day, you owe what you owe. because of the court case. Even if you feel like you lost unfairly, you went to the appellate court, you lost there as well. Like, ain't nothing else to be done. And y'all should just not address each other. Cause y'all don't rock when you don't rock with somebody, you don't rock with somebody. Somebody called me and was asking me something, and they mentioned somebody I don't rock with, and I completely ignored their comment on the person I don't rock with because I don't rock with them. When you move on, you just it is what it is. I feel like Cardi and Tasha do not rock with each other, and that's okay. That's fine. You don't like her, she don't like you, or y'all just don't mesh because of all the bad blood of the stuff being said and the lawsuit and the this and the that, and you feel like she was payola or whatever. Like at that point, you know, when you know for a fact you feel like Cardi has too much attention, clout, money, or connections to where you keep getting a short end of the stick, do you keep losing the battle because you want to win the war? Or do you just make your own battlefield? Do your own thing. You have your own battlefield. That's all TashaLab.com. Okay? I really just wanted to end because this, now look, it's content for me. You know, it's content for me. However, I feel like at the end of the day, you know, everyone in some kind of way lost. Because as you said, that was the hardest 3 weeks of your life in Cardi B life. So both of y'all have been stressed out about this. So what's the point? Because folks who are on your side are on your side. But I feel like Tasha K has enough content and attention and notoriety and talent to not never have to mention Cardi B ever or the lawsuit. Ever. It would be Cardi for me. It'll be whatever. It'll be forever, okay? Because I don't want to keep fussing. Like, I like peace. I like tranquility. I also don't want debt hanging over my head for life. I don't want to struggle. Like I want to chill out, and I don't want to have to be beefing with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth. But I don't want that. I don't want that for Tasha or for Cardi. But unless Tasha is ready to be like, you know what? I should just not discuss that bitch and leave it there. Anyway, y'all, this has been a long live. We have not had an over 3 hour live in a minute. That usually happens with watch alongs, but we are done. You hear me? We are done for the night. It is. Why didn't y'all tell me what time it was? Girl, it is damn near 1 o'clock in the morning. I hope y'all have all already liked the video and y'all have subscribed to my channel and y'all will share the video because it's time to go to bed. Okay, it's time. I see y'all in these comment sections fussing. Look, the comment section is a real safe place. Okay, if y'all gonna be in here fussing, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, just stop. The comment section is a friendly place for the JayBirds. Y'all can disagree on stuff, but y'all ain't no point in, you know what I'm saying? Look, just stop it. Just stop it. When we sing to my buddy song, my buddy, wherever I go, he goes. So stop it. Anyway, I love you all. I had a great time. I will see y'all later on. I'll have reviews up this weekend. I will probably live Sunday for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Do not forget, again, like the video, comment in the comment section, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Subscribe. Be safe. And look, don't y'all be going around here getting in those submarines, okay, that's being driven by a goddamn PlayStation controller. Okay, be safe around here. Be smart. I gotta go. Bye.